specific guys. We had a Blackhawk come in and land on the lawn, and getting kind of choked up talking about it. Get you right in the feels. But again, we had Bishop Dwenger personnel coming off of the Blackhawk, delivering the game ball. Just pinned today. Alex Wharton is now a captain in the Indiana Army Reserves, and he delivered the game ball today. And just it raises a fever pitch. This is everything good and great about the USA.
Yeah, Drew Aguirre also with them on the another Bishop Dwenger alum on the Blackhawk, and the Saints are in their Indiana National Guard uniforms tonight, all blue with gold letters. That Blackhawk coming in was raised the hair on the back of my neck, that's for sure.
It surely does. All right, well, the ceremonial coin toss is going on there at midfield. Let's talk about keys to victory tonight, Corey. We're going to talk to you first, and then we're going to bring in Coach Mark Watts a little bit later. What do you have for us?
Well, for the Saints, I think it starts on defense. They've got to stop that Homestead running game well enough to force long yardage situations where the Saints D can pin their ears back and rush that Homestead quarterback and make him uncomfortable, throw off the timing of that passing game. On offense, the opposite holds true. The Saints must be able, for the Saints, the opposite holds true. The Saints must be able to run the football and stay out of long yardage situations. They've not shown the consistency in the passing game necessarily to handle that. And then lastly, I think I keep an eye on field position tonight. I think it could be key. The Saints are used to pinning opponents deep in the kicking game, having their defense do the same, giving their offense great field position and short fields to score. But Homestead's got a weapon. They've got a big leg kicker. Carter Dixon comes in 6 touchbacks and a 54-yard punt last week. Yeah. So we're going to get, the Saints may get a taste of their own medicine from a field position standpoint.
Could very well. Mark Watts, a lot to digest there and a lot of action right around the corner. What's your take after looking at the game films?
I think Corey's exactly right. I think the key tonight, one of them is going to be how they handle the red zone. Last week, if Homestead would have just handled the red zone possession effectively, they probably win that game. And Dwenger has not been tested yet, and that's the other key to victory. Homestead has the loss. When you have a loss, you work on things. You can say, hey, we need to clean this up here, here, and here. Dwenger hasn't had a tough opponent yet, so I think they're going to see what Homestead's doing to them, and then they're going to have to make adjustments during the game and how well they do that.
I couldn't agree with Mark more about the loss part of that. We talked on last week's broadcast. I would have rather played Homestead after a win than after a loss because a win masks a lot of deficiencies. You can bet they worked their tails off to clean those up after a loss this week.
You bet. Exactly. All right, we are seconds away from kickoff here. It looks like Homestead is preparing to boot this one away. Pardon the old habit here, but they're kicking left to right on your radio dial. And, of course, the Saints are defending the south end zone.
It is Carter Dixon kicking off for the Homestead Spartans. As I mentioned last week, 6 out of 7 kickoffs were in the end zone, and that is a tremendous weapon for defense, quite frankly, if you pin that opponent deep every time without a return. We'll see what kind of kick he gets off to start this one.
The ball is at the 40-yard line. Dixon, arm in the air. The whistle blows. And we are underway. High end-over-end kick floating to the right side, deep into the end zone and caught, and that will be a touchback. So the Saints will come out on offense. And, of course, this is the big question. Who is the signal caller? Because, honestly, right now, I don't know.
There doesn't appear to be one. I think they're going to go.
They're going to go Wildcat with KJ
right
Tippmann.
Out of the gate.
Oh, my goodness. So here is a wrinkle and a half. KJ Tippmann, number 23, calls the play in the huddle. And, yeah, he will be the lone setback. 2 wideouts, 1 left and 1 right. Up back to the left side. Here's a snap. KJ Tippmann looks for some room, bouncing it outside, breaks 1. Can't get out of 2. Take it out to about the 23.
Looks like just a little outside zone run out of that inside zone run out of that Wildcat. And didn't pick up much, 2 or 3.
And it looks like now we have the signal caller, number 16, Evan Springer, coming in for the Saints.
Saints are staring across the field at sort of a carbon copy of themselves, a 3-4 defensive unit out of the Homestead Spartans tonight.
Springer on his first snap looks over the defense, facing a 2nd and 7. Here's the throw out to the flats. It's caught. He's finding some room out there. Close to the first down marker is number 21. That's Henry O'Keefe. He could play a very critical aspect of the game tonight for the Saints.
No doubt about it. And a passing game that's not been very consistent. They did not give him the first down. 3rd and real short.
3rd and less than a yard, just shy of the 30 at this point for the Saints. KJ Tipman will be the running back, offset to the quarterback's left side. Movement, and they might have pulled him offside. Let's see what the call is here.
Yep.
It's going to be close.
First down.
That will be against Homestead.
I like the quick hitch route on the last play to O'Keefe, as you mentioned, Sean. Get your quarterback in a rhythm with an easy throw early, something I always liked to do when I was running an offense, and get him a little bit of confidence. And they've done that now, and we'll see what they line up and do here.
Same formation for the Saints on 1st and 10 now from the 35. Twins to the right. Here's a snap. Give it to KJ Tipman through the middle. Gain of about 4, close to 5, out to the 39.
Another inside zone play there for the Saints, and this is great. They're staying ahead of the chains, so to speak. 2nd and 6.
No huddle offense. O'Keefe's going to split out wide to the left side. Rocco Sioka, number 86, far right.
Double tight.
Big line, again, give to Tipman through the middle. Finds a little bit of room north of the 40, out to about the 42.
I think we've seen the first kind of schematic challenge by the Saints here against that 3-4 defense of the Homestead Spartans. One of the things that they're trying to do here, the Saints, is go double tight end and spread out that 3-4 defense a little bit along that front line.
4 down linemen now for the Homestead Spartans on 3rd and 3 for the Saints now, as they check off. Springer in the shotgun. Tipman behind him to his left. Here's a snap. Give to Tipman through the middle. He's got the first down, drags the tackler, puts his shoulder into it. He's off to the races. The 30, the 25, the 20. He steps out of it, stumbling into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
What a tremendous play right out of the gate. They run that inside zone again. He breaks a couple of tackles. It looked like Homestead had some defenders in position and just couldn't bring KJ Tipman down.
Tipman with a 58-yard scamper right up the gut, and the Saints are on the board. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
Well, something to Joe Wharton, and the 2 tight ends gives them an extra gap. So they like this. It makes Homestead defend a different gap than they're used to, and I'm telling you, they haven't tried to tackle a kid like Tipman all year. Back to you.
All right. Saints line up for the PAT. Here's the snap. Kick is up. Looks good from here. And it is. 7-0 your early score with 9:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Saints score on their first possession. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
St. Anne Communities is a senior living community including a rehabilitation center, memory and dementia care, assisted and residential living, as well as a nursing facility that served the community for over 54 years. While offering a Christ-centered environment that is the only place in Fort Wayne that offers daily mass and sacraments. For more information on employment, senior living, or to make a gift to support the first floor renovation campaign, please visit us at our website or give us a call.
Welcome back to Shields Field, ladies and gentlemen, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints have taken an early lead, 7-0 on top of the Homestead Spartans on the back of a 58-yard Tipman run right up the gut. KJ Tipman that time blasting through and able to break free of some shoestring tackles, taking it to the house.
Great sign for the Saints early. Number one, being able to run the ball against that Homestead defense, which I thought was a key to the game, staying ahead of the chains, and they did everything that they could possibly ask for on that first drive. Could not have started much better.
Right. A clockwork beginning for the Saints. And here they are to kick off. Here is the kick, and it is a high underhand kick into the end zone, and that will do it. Belanda wearing number 19 tonight for the Saints. That was clearly a signature Belanda kick in the end zone. So normally he wears number 99, Corey. So a little curveball there.
Yeah. Threw a curveball at the guys in the press box.
Right. Here come the Spartans on offense. They are led by number 18, Peyton Slavin. He is a junior quarterback, checking in at 5'11", 160. Good numbers through the air, and a good manager of the game here for the Homestead Spartans. They check off. They're going to start off in the shotgun here as Slavin looks to the sidelines. Now, Desmond Smith is out tonight. He has been their signature back. So is that Fox, number 28, behind him? Corey, I
believe so.
Yeah. And here is play action. He looks to throw, has time, going deep, over the middle. He's got his man. He's wide open. It's a foot race to the end zone. The 20, the 15, the 10. It is a touchdown.
One play. Nate Anderson, their MAC commit at wide receiver. They go play action and take a shot right out of the gate. Obviously, they saw something on film that thought that they had that, and they did it against Sam Campbell, who's been really good for the Saints in pass protection both last year and so far this year. So got caught looking inside a little bit, and Anderson burned him.
That he did. They got the protection, and the pass was on the money. Beautiful pass that time by Slavin, and they are answering. The Haymakers are throwing early here with the Homestead Spartans and the Bishop Dwenger Saints. The PAT is up and good. We are all knotted up with 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Can they maintain is the question. Stick around, folks. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching BD Football here on BDHS Media Productions.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the Barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maplecrest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their third generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 120. 485-6989.
Field, ladies and gentlemen, we are all knotted up at sevens early on in the contest. 9 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. A few plays for the Saints and one play for Homestead.
As we mentioned, offensively, the game could not have started better for the Saints offense, and it could not have started worse for the Saints defense.
That's right. You betcha. Carter Dixon for his second kickoff of the game here. Again, Homestead will get the ball to start the second half. I know there's a lot of football to play in between now and then, but that could be an important factor. Carter's kick is through the air, looking to go into the end zone, and clearly does. So another touchback, and the Saints will take over on offense.
Both the kickers going kick for kick here into the end zone.
That's right.
First man to blink who doesn't kick a touchback. I'm telling you, we've got some good kicking on display tonight as well.
And it looks like Springer, the senior quarterback, will come back out for the Saints as they start things from their 20-yard line.
Going double tights again.
Single setback as Timmons shifts to the left side. Springer hands off. He bounces it outside, looks to get some room, has to go back. He's got trouble. He comes back across the line. He's got Green Acres to the 25, the 30, step arm, brought down near the 34.
Really nice cutback run. Normally that doesn't work at the high school level, but KJ Tippmann made it work there and picks up a nice first down of 13 or 14 yards.
The senior Austin Keyser, number 8, with a good open field tackle against Tippmann that time, saves it for an even longer run, but first and 10 as Tippmann moves the chains for the Saints. He'll come out for a breather. Ball at the 34-yard line. Here's a snap. Play action. Throws. Across the seam. He's got his man. And it's caught and dropped.
Oh,
no good that time.
You have to wonder if that cast may have had an impact on that drop, but the Saints had exactly what they wanted right there. They went play action down the seam to their tight end, Big Jack Tittman, and he looks a little shaken up there.
Yeah, he surely does. He did take a shot in the midsection, but when you're that tall, that happens. So
he's going to be replaced by 44, Sam Treble-Ware at tight end.
2 wideouts going to the outside. That is Sioka. And O'Keefe, here's the snap, give to the tailback, running through, nothing there as Teddy Steele is dropped in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Yeah, really nice job by the Homestead Spartan defense there. Looked like 11, Eben Person was in there on the play. This is exactly what we talked about in pregame that the Saints wanted to stay away from, these 3rd and long situations.
Yeah. All right, they're playing behind the sticks now. 3rd and 12 are the Saints. Critical down. Can they keep the drive alive? Will they try to is the question. Of course, they're going to try. Let's see what they do here. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 wide left. Here's the snap. Defense comes at him, throws to the side. It's caught near the 42, hit backwards, and that is going to be Steele on the reception. And he will not have enough for the first down.
Yeah, it's a really nice play. It's a shame he didn't get to the sticks, quite frankly.
Yeah. So they do mark it at the 42, and that is a punt situation for the Saints. So on 4th and 2. Good snap. Kick is high, not very deep, and it's going to take a Homestead bounce, and it's going to be checked up near the 39-yard line, so no return that time, but good field position coming up for Homestead.
Yeah, not sure where Simon Garrett's at tonight, the normal trusty punter for the Saints.
We've got a flag in the backfield. Hold the phone here, Corin.
Okay.
There's a flag laying back near the 34-yard line, but the Saints are coming off the field. 89.
Looked like Justin Lay was the punter on that particular play, and he a little untested in comparison to Simon Garrett, their normal senior all-conference punter. So, this is field position. We talked about that in pregame as well. The Spartans are going to get pretty good field position here to start their 2nd drive.
Folks, tonight's first quarter is brought to you by Illumination Solutions Incorporated, a locally owned family business that creates exterior lighting upgrades for homes and businesses throughout Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio. Learn more about this proud Dwenger family-run business by visiting their website, www.illuminationsolutions.com, our first quarter sponsor.
The receiver, Nate Anderson, who caught the opening touchdown for the Spartans, had a monster game against the Saints last year, too. I don't know if you remember that, Sean.
I do.
A couple of touchdowns at least in that game. Kind of put his name on the map in the city that night.
Late in the game, he was up big, for Homestead as well. Now we've got a timeout on the field. Looks to be, they're checking to see if there's some debris out near the 26-yard line. Looks metallic of some sort. Ref picks it up. I think we're going to be good to go after this. 7:03 remaining here in the first quarter. Still tied at 7. Homestead's 2nd possession on offense. Again, they're led by Peyton Slavin. Man in motion, number 3, Gage Sparrow across. It is the jet sweep. He's looking for room. Good containment so far by the Saints. He's knocked out of bounds. Gain of 1, maybe 2 to the 40.
Really good job on that edge by Adam Lee of the Saints and stretching that jet sweep all the way to the sidelines, and just a pickup of only about 1 yard there.
Second and 9 now for Homestead. From the shotgun. Slavin keeps it himself, goes through the middle, dives forward. He'll take it out to the 45.
Yeah, a little quarterback power right up the middle there where they pull the left guard out in front of Slavin, and going to bring up, 3rd and manageable here, about 4.
Slavin backs out of the up position. He's in the shotgun with a single setback. Saints showing pressure. Now they back off a little bit. Here's a snap. Saints bring the heat. Quick throw. It's caught at the 50. He jukes. He gets hit into Dwenger territory, and down is Gage Sparrow for a first down.
Yeah, really nice job on his part. He got to the sticks on that hits route, make sure that he had the first down, and Sam Campbell was able to bring him down, but not until he was able to get that 4 yards he needed for the first.
Ball now in Dwenger territory, resting at the 46-yard line. 5:55 to go here in the first quarter. Homestead rolling. Here's a snap. Give through the middle. Nothing there. Trying to get out of it. Can't. And he's going to be stopped for a tackle for loss.
Brett Fox on the carry was another power play, this time to the running back. And 37 for the Saints was in there early. That's Luke Shuckle from his linebacker spot.
Homestead now facing a 2nd and 12 from the 48 of Bishop Dwenger. Here's a snap. Pressure comes. Quick throw to the outside. Can he break it? He cannot. He swarmed over and stopped really quick. Let's go down to the sidelines and check in real fast with Coach Watts.
I was just going to say, Dwenger's got their corners on island, and that 5 yards is going to be there all night unless Dwenger changes up their defense or does a little bump and run. So they're really giving a lot of cushion on that play.
After that opening touchdown, I can't say I blame them.
3rd and 8 coming up for the Homestead Spartans. Ball resting at the 44-yard line of the Saints. Saints showing 3 down linemen. Here's a snap. Looking to throw. Has time, goes underneath. It's caught. He's got the first down and more. The 30, the 25. Puts his shoulder into him. Knocked out of bounds near the 20-yard line. That's Max Schultz on the carry.
Yeah, really nice little crossing route, underneath route by Max Schultz. Their, I guess, slot receiver, you would call him, for the Homestead Spartans. And, Mark picked up on the fact that, he mentioned they were on islands. Yeah, they're in man-to-man out there without really safety help over the top. The safeties are in man coverage as well. So they're really putting a lot of pressure on the Saints. The Saints coaches are putting a lot of pressure on their own secondary here to cover these guys.
Ball just outside the red zone at the 21-yard line. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback through the middle. Fox takes it inside the 20, down to about the 18, it looks like.
Yeah, just a straight-ahead zone play right up the middle by Fox. And a pretty good first down run, getting them into the red zone there.
John Parapi checking in for the Saints. Had a tremendous game against the Northside Legends.
If you're wondering what Homestead's doing, their offensive coordinator, Bill Skelton, is up here in the press box, and he is calling the play once he surveys the defense. He'll call the play to his coaches on the sidelines, and they'll signal it in their no-huddle offense.
2nd down, and we'll call it 6 at this point, inside the 20 down to about the 18. Here's a snap. Play action, rolling, backside. He's got pressure. He's wrapped. He throws. Nearly picked and incomplete.
Wow. Cole Carey had a hold of Peyton Slavin in the backfield and forced that throw, and just about picked off by the Saints D, who was swarming on the football back there.
Yeah, I believe that was Colin Vance, who had Green Acres in front of him if he was able to pull that in. But just an incomplete pass at this point. Brings up a 3rd and long now for the Homestead Spartans.
Didn't have Colin in week 1, did the Saints, and he really has made his presence felt in the last couple of weeks here in the back end of that defense. They are a completely different secondary with him at free safety.
Yeah. Single setback now for Homestead from the shotgun. 3rd and long. He looks to throw, checks off, breaks it outside. He's got room. He's going to tuck it and run. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. Can he get the corner? He cannot, but he does have enough for a 1st and goal at the 5.
Yeah, just a broken play where he was able to find some real estate off the right side. No real contain over there, and able to get the ball down almost to the 5-yard line. Going to be 1st and goal Spartans.
So good field vision there by Peyton Slavin, breaking it outside and getting that 1st down. They'll take the sticks away and just count the downs now. 2:54 to go here in the first quarter, all tied at 7. Slavin in the shotgun. Here's a snap, little low, looks to throw, no. Gives around the edge, and he'll get sticked down at the 20 or 2-yard line.
Really good stick by Gavin Groves. That was an outside zone play by the Spartans, and Groves came up from his outside linebacker spot and made a nice stick there.
Absolutely stopped that momentum right there. Gain of about 3 that time. 2nd and goal now for Homestead. Ball resting at the Saints 2-yard line. They have the play.
You know, this is what Mark talked about in the opening stanza, how they do down here in the red zone. It'll be a big key to the game tonight.
Here's a snap. Give to Fox through the middle. Looks like he's got it. He does. Touchdown, Homestead.
Yep, just a straight ahead inside zone play right up the middle, and was able to find enough room to squeeze through there.
Schultz a little shaken up on that play. Number 9, he's a big playmaker for the Homestead Spartans. But again, a 2-yard run by Fox with 2:10 remaining here in the first quarter. PAT coming on. Jarrett, ball in the air, kick is up, looks good, and it is. 14-7 is your score as Homestead takes the lead. First lead of the night for the Spartans. We'll step out for a 30-second break. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions. Back to Shields Field, ladies and gentlemen. The Homestead Spartans coming off of a successful drive. A short one at that, really, when you talk about it that, Corey. They started back, I believe, at near their 40-yard line. So
yeah.
It's short field off the Saints punt.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
And without Simon Garrett, it appears as the Saints punter, that could prove costly from a field position standpoint tonight. Carter Dixon about to kick off.
Ball is in the air and will once again go into the end zone. Yes, no return there for the Saints as they'll take over at their own 20-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Coach Watts.
Well, Sean, I'm telling you, I think that's a big weapon because Henry O'Keefe is one of the best returners I think we've seen around this area in a long, long time. He's just got unusual vision. He's so good at that, and he's taking that away from him right now, and it's really helping the field position, like Corey said. Keeps him deep.
That's right. All right, so Springer, field general now for the Bishop Dwenger Saints as they start out on their own 20-yard line. Homestead shows a little heat. Here's a zone through the middle, pressing forward. Not much there, maybe a gain of 2. Trying to see
Teddy Steele,
number 33.
Yeah, a little counter play there, actually, where they pull the backside guard and the H-back comes through and ran a little counter. First one of those we've seen tonight, and not very effective, only about a yard on that particular play.
Gain of 1 that time as Steele will stay on. They await some correction from the sidelines.
Dwenger runs their no huddle a little bit differently. The offensive coordinator's on the sideline and calls it in himself. That's Brody Dixon.
2, 1. They need to, okay, they get the snap off. Here's a throw out to the flats. He's got his man. That's Sioka, and he will make the catch, but not much afterwards.
Really good job out there by Kyle Detweiler, the 6 foot, 170-pound strong safety of the Homestead Spartans, to corral Sioka. That's not an easy task.
No.
Rocco Sioka is a big wide receiver.
Saints facing another critical 3rd and long in their own territory here. Still waiting for word from the coaches on the sideline. They've got it now. Trips package to the left side. Blitz comes. Looks to throw, has time. Flush from the pocket, flushed. He throws the ball and is no good, incomplete that time. Nearly sacked by big number 57 that time for the Homestead Spartans.
Jackson Chrisman is the aforementioned number 57 who had a hand on Springer, pulling him to the turf as he delivered the football. Came up short on the throw, and the Saints are forced to punt again. Keep an eye on where this ball ends up.
Chrisman is the sack leader for the Homestead Spartans, checking with 4.5 on the season already. Here's a snap, beautiful snap that time. Low end-over-end kick will take a nice Dwenger bounce, continues to hop all the way down, and let's see, it will be touched up near the 27-yard line. So good punt that time by the Saints.
It was a little low and unorthodox, end over end, but it got the roll they needed.
Folks, tonight's scoreboard is sponsored by St. Anne Communities. St. Anne's offers rehab, a nursing facility, memory care, as well as assisted and residential living, and is the only senior living community in Fort Wayne that offers daily mass and sacraments. St. Anne's is proud to support the Saints and the many Fighting Irish from CC that reside at their facility. Homestead back on offense now, a little deeper in their territory, back at the 27. As Peyton Slavin looks over the defense.
Just 23 seconds left in this first quarter.
We'll have 2 wideouts to the right, 1 wide left. Here's a snap. Play action. He looks to throw over the middle, going deep. He hangs it up, and it is picked by the Saints.
That is Adam Lee, who was able to step in front of Nate Anderson. That ball was just ever so slightly underthrown, and it gave Adam Lee an opportunity to step right in front and make that play. Outstanding job by Adam Lee.
And Corey, not only was it underthrown, but had a lot of hang time getting there. Mark Watts, what did you see?
Well, the pressure from the Saints caused him to change the angle. He had to throw it higher, and he just didn't have the arm. But the pressure caused that interception.
Yeah, great point. You bet. So the Saints come up big on defense. Can the offense capitalize? Let's find out in the winning seconds here of the first quarter. Springer under center this time. I formation, gives to the tailback. Not much there for Steele, and that might be it for the first quarter. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. And that will be it for the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a haymaker on our hands right here as these two powerhouses are throwing the big ones back and forth. 14-7 is your score at the end of the first quarter, and the Homestead Spartans are on top of the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Stick around. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
St. Anne Communities is a senior living community including a rehabilitation center, memory and dementia care, assisted and residential living, as well as a nursing facility that served the community for over 54 years. While offering a Christ-centered environment that is the only place in Fort Wayne that offers daily mass and sacraments. For more information on employment, senior living, or to make a gift to support the first floor renovation campaign, please visit us at our website or give us a call.
Evans Toyota is locally owned and proudly supports Bishop Dwenger. Let's go Saints!
And then Bodie reads the linebacker to see what to do with the ball.
He comes in unabated. Whoa,
There's three kinds of people in this world. Those that get the numbers and those that don't. If you need professional help when it comes to the numbers, whether it's payroll, accounting, or professional or personal taxes, come see the experts at Management and Tax Services. Proud to be Dwenger supporters.
I just want to let Corey Kitchen know I do know what an RPO is. I know I'm old.
Wasn't explaining to you, sir.
I couldn't resist that one.
That's nice.
All right, so the Saints after the penalty. Looks like a 3rd and 15 now, back at their own 36-yard line. Saints have played quite a bit behind the sticks tonight and in long yardage situations so far. Play action, looks to throw, guns it out to the end. It's a wounded duck. Can't get there. Will a flag come? No flag?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my. Wow. Even these tired old eyes saw that from up here.
Yeah, that's got to be a flag there. They stood in the way of Henry O'Keefe's path to get to that football, would not allow him through there with quite a bit of contact. And the officials, if it was a basketball game, you would say they swallowed their whistle on that one.
Right. Wow. All right, so the Saints in to punt this one away. Nice snap. Kick is away. High spiraling kick this time. Fair catch called for and caught near the 28-yard line.
Really nice punt that time by 89. That's Justin Lay. And got that one to turn over.
All right. So the Saints offense not able to convert on the defensive interception. Mark Watts, do you have something for us?
Well, Corey knows this. That was right in front of the Homestead's bench. And a lot of times these guys eat that flag right in front of the head coach. So that might have been something to do with it. Back to you.
That's a great point. It was right over there in front of Chad Zolman. So, yeah, your point's well taken.
Slavin, under center, checks off, looks back to the sidelines. .10:38 remaining here in the first half. Here's a snap. Gives to the tailback, tries to get outside. He's hit the backfield and dropped.
Like Cole Carey shot in there from his outside linebacker spot. Stopped that outside zone play before it ever got out of the backfield.
Fox can't make anything of it. That's a big tackle for loss that time. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 17 for the Homestead Spartans. Ball resting now at their own 21-yard line. Two wideouts left, one wideout. Oh, check that. Two wideouts right. Fox, the single setback. Slavin looks, throws, fires quickly. He's got his man. He gets wrapped up and dropped immediately after the catch out to the 29.
Like 85 on the catch there for the Homestead Spartans. That's Mason Augier on the catch, and they're taking advantage of that cushion Coach Watts was talking about by the corners out there. They've got a lot of room. Now, understandable that the Saints would give them that room on 2nd and about 14 or 15 at the time, but they're going to have to get a little tighter here.
That one was a gain of 9, brings up 3rd and 8. Here's a snap. He looks to throw, looking right, fires. A little tip and incomplete that time. I wonder if that was misdirected at the line. I don't know, but it looks like somebody may have gotten a paw on that
Piece
one.
of that. It looked like it was intended for Gage Sparrow on the short out route, but quite frankly, he was well covered by the Saints D, and I don't think would have picked up that first down anyway.
All right, so the Homestead Spartans are not able to move the chains, and we'll give the ball back to the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And is that O'Keefe back there, or is that Steele?
Looks like O'Keefe, and punting is Carter Dixon. We talked about his leg earlier.
Yep, he's a good one. And it's going to be no return by the Saints this time. It will take a Homestead bounce, and it will be touched up near the 28-yard line. 9:12 remaining here in the first half, and the Saints offense coming back out onto the field. In their last 4 possessions, they really haven't been able to get much done, Corey.
No, it's been slow go here. You got to give a lot of credit to that Spartan defense. Done a nice job, and it appears that the Saints are sending in Sam Campbell now at the quarterback position.
Wow, okay.
The third quarterback, actually the fourth if you count the Wildcat, the fourth different player to accept a snap for the Saints tonight.
It looks like Aziz Dixon is coming in as well. And
Going power eye
left.
Power eye left.
Wow, okay. Dixon is your tailback back there. Here's a snap. Get to Dixon. Flows. And he's going to get out to the 30, gain of 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, just came away from the power eye, trying to throw off the defense a little bit there, but Spartans do a pretty good job of containing that, only, as you mentioned, a short pickup. They're going to stay in that power eye look.
And again, Sam Campbell, number 10, as the lights come on here at Shields Field. He will be your quarterback. Here's the snap. Again, a little pitch to the left side, and he will get some more positive yards out to the 35.
A good job in there by, looks like number 8 for the Homestead Spartans. That would be Austin Keyser, playing a linebacker right now. No, excuse me, that's 6. That's Carter Koob on the tackle. Their inside linebacker leads the team in tackles. So bringing up third and manageable, and Sam Campbell's going to stay under center, and they're going to stay in their power eye.
Sioka's going to be split out to the left side. Single cover. Here's a snap. Again, give to the tailback. Left side's flags comes out. He's got the first down and more out to the 43. But we've got a flag in the interior. I
think they're going to possibly call chop block here on the Saints. I saw a cut take place on the right side of the offensive line by the right tackle that it appeared that's where the flag was dropped.
Another Saint penalty negates a first down. And they will walk it off. 7:48 to go here in the first half. It was a chop against the Saints.
Yeah, and I don't know about that call, to be quite honest with you. Mark may have had a better look at it than me. I thought it was a cut, but I didn't think it necessarily was a chop.
Go ahead, Mark. What do you have for us?
Corey, I really didn't see it. I was watching the play action, or just the action, so I couldn't see it. I'm sorry.
All right, so the Saints backed up to their own 21-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and 18. He's looking to throw. Fires, tries to set his feet. Going to take it and run. Tries to find some room. And he gets out to the 34-yard line. Not enough for a first down, but that was Bodie Dickerson that time, and he was able to get some good yardage back.
Yeah, I like the decision, quite frankly. I don't think he had anybody open, to be honest with you. They did a good job of covering that. And he, out of the quarterbacks that they're using, he's probably the best athlete of the group. So tucking it and running and taking your chances there was not a bad play. Just didn't quite get enough for the first down.
4th down, the punt team is on. The punt is launched in the air. Looks like Homestead might try to return, but not much there.
Isaac Barkus for the Homestead Spartans was able to dive on it, so to speak, and keep it from bouncing any further.
You know, folks, if you were looking at the Homestead defense, that 3-man front, and the mountain that anchors that right in the middle, that's Jonathan Waddell. He checks in 6'6", 380.
Mercy.
If anyone else saw that, but yeah, he's been on the Richter scale. That is a big young man. And frankly, I think he's doing a fine job there in the middle, clogging things up.
Yeah, and speak to their offensive line as well, size-wise, Sean. I mean, you've got them listed as an average of 6'2", 250 across the front line. And
tackle to
that's
tackle.
probably the biggest line the Saints have seen this year.
For sure, you bet. Here is a screen out to the edge. Nice swarm by the Saints defense.
Now, talking about that big offensive line, that's sort of been the kryptonite for the Saints 3-4 defense since Coach Garrett has taken over 4 years ago. I mean, the teams that have beaten the Saints in the Garrett era, Homestead twice, Snyder back in 18, Valpo in 19, Zionsville in 20, all had big offensive lines up front and were able to use a balanced approach, but were able to run the ball against that 3-4 of the Saints.
For sure. Yeah, gives their quarterback protection to throw and opens holes on the ground.
And that Saints defense is built for speed, so the power part of it is a little bit more difficult for them to defend.
That tackle for loss brings up 2nd and 14. He's rolling to the right, throws to the flats. He's got his man, but he cannot escape. Was that Adam Lee again?
Yes, yeah. Nate Anderson on the catch, and 20 for the that's Colton Berger for the excuse me, I'm sorry.
I've got Noah Johnson.
You've got Noah Johnson.
Right?
That is the corner. You're right. Noah Johnson for the Saints at corner.
Great open field tackle. Mark Watts, what do you have?
Well, Corey, if they'd have scored some more points in those games, they might have won a couple.
All right, third
point well taken, yeah.
3rd and long coming up for Homestead. Can the defense get this offense off the field for the Saints? Let's see what happens here. From the shotgun, play action, looks to throw, fires. He's got his man. It's a quick hitter, and he does have enough for a first down. That receiver is Gage Sparrow, coming up big for Homestead.
Really nice throw. Peyton Slavin set his feet, delivered it on time, and I really like the timing of their passing game.
So the deep slant results in a first down for Homestead into Dwenger territory at the 44-yard line. 5 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. From the shotgun, Slavin gives to the tailback. Fox, nothing there for him as he gets buried at the line of scrimmage.
Good job by that Saints defense there. Looked like 37 for the Saints, which is Luke Shuckle in there again. A little injury report for you as well. Jack Tippmann is on the bench, on the sidelines with his arm in a sling for the Saints. That's not good for their senior tight end, and also plays a little D-line for them. Already has a cast on his hand. Looks like we've got a shoulder issue
he's icing an upper body part there. All right, 2nd and 10 effectively for Homestead. Here's a snap. Play action throw out to the flats. He's got his man, and good open field tackle there as number 3, Gage Sparrow, again, was off to the races.
Really good throw and catch on that slant route, and the timing of that passing game is doing quite well. I think that, Mark's point about the cushion that they're giving, if they were to come up and use a little bit of press coverage, throw that timing off maybe.
Right. And then will they count on that for the double move and then take it to the house,
exactly. I mean, that's the chess match between the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator.
1st and 10 for Homestead in Dwenger territory. From the shotgun. Here's a snap. Fox through the middle. Again, nothing there.
Really good job there by 47 for the Saints. 47 is who we got there? Ben Simcox. I should know that by now.
Yeah.
Ben's in on a lot of tackles. Great job by Ben filling that gap.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. Next week, again, the Homestead Spartans will take on Snyder. That'll be a home game. And the Saints are back here at home to take on the Carroll Chargers. Got a whistle on the play. Timeout, Saints. 14-7, Homestead up on top of Bishop Dwenger with 3:07 remaining here in the first half. We'll step aside for 30-second break. Stick around, folks. This is SAC Football on Bishop Dwenger Media Productions.
Sean?
Stand by.
They can't hear me, right?
Not true.
Sorry.
You know, there's three kinds of people in this world: those that get the numbers and those that don't. If you need professional help when it comes to the numbers, whether it's payroll, accounting, or professional or personal taxes, come see the experts at Management and Tax Services. Proud to be Dwenger supporters for over 60 years.
Timeout is over, and Homestead back on the field facing a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Slavin looks to throw. No quarterback keeper through the middle. He's got some room. He breaks it outside. He's at the 30, the 25, being pursued, run out of bounds near the 25-yard line.
Quarterback draw from the Spartans there. Really nice play call, but I thought there was a lot more real estate there than he ended up getting, quite honestly. He's still going to bring up 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, great pressure and pursuit angle by the defensive backs by Dwenger that time to limit the gain. And they will mark it on the 25. 3rd and short coming up for Homestead as they inch closer and closer to the red zone of the Saints. On 3rd and 2nd. Here's a snap. Give through the middle. Fox, nothing there for him. He gets swallowed up. He'll get back to the 25 and not much more.
Really good job in the middle of that defense. Looked like Luke Shuckle was in there, as well as maybe Gavin Groves. Going to bring up 4th and about 3, and Homestead doesn't flinch. They keep the offense on the field down here at about the 31.
And will they try to draw the Saint defense offsides first? That's the question. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
Well, Corey, I want to see what you think. You know, this quarterback is doing the quarterback read, but he's not even trying to read it. He's just giving it, and I'm wondering if they're setting that up where he's going to keep it here pretty soon.
Yeah, you might be very well right.
And it looks like the Saints have called their 2nd timeout here with 2:22 remaining here in the first half. It's homecoming week here at Bishop Dwenger High School, and of course that extends to the to all the graduates of Central Catholic High as well, as Dwenger maintains a large symbiotic relationship with the Fighting Irish, if you will. Part of their trophy case is devoted to all the trophies that the Central Catholic Fighting Irish have accumulated over the years back. And I only bring this up, Corey, because very selfishly, my sister is actually in town she was one of the last graduating classes at Central Catholic, and she is actually having her 10-year class reunion for the 5th time.
I wondered where you were headed with that.
Her words.
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
10-year reunion for the 5th time.
All right.
Timeout is over, and it looks like Homestead might try and chip this one in.
They changed their mind, brought Carter Dixon, their big leg kicker, on. Doesn't normally kick field goals, quite honestly, but he's their long-range guy.
And another timeout for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Wow. When we look at, when we look past this game, which I know the Saints are, but our viewing audience, you know, we can talk about what's to come. Carroll, obviously, next week, another big challenge. You know, that the easy part of the schedule is kind of over between Homestead and Carroll. Then we go back to Zollner Stadium, the new and improved Zollner Stadium. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And then what could very well be another signature matchup in the signature series known as the Battle of the Bishops, which will be here played at Shields Field on October 1st when the Bishop Lures Knights come to town. Mark Watts, what do you have?
Interesting. Dwenger's taking 2 timeouts here, especially that one, maybe to freeze the kicker, but you wonder why they didn't keep him for their 2-minute drill going the other way.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely right. They're out of them now.
For the field goal. Snap, hold, kick. It's low and outside. I don't think he got it. No good.
Pulled it. Pulled it left.
Pulled left, so no good, which is an aberration for Carter that time, number 46. And the Saints dodge a bullet.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did, remaining, I should say, down just one score. Now the Saints, and you know this, Sean, are 12-1 in this stadium since the opening of Shields Field.
Yep.
And that one is to the Homestead Spartans, the only team in town with a better winning percentage in this stadium than the Saints.
2 minutes and 18 seconds remain for the Bishop Dwenger Saints to march 80 yards as they reset the ball down at the 20. And let's see,
up, Corey.
Who do we have back there as, is that Dickerson, I believe, number 11 as quarterback. He keeps it following his tailback, slips down, and he'll get 1 or 2 maybe at the most.
Yeah, I like the idea of running the quarterback a little bit, something that we really haven't seen much from the Saints, but a little bit different look. But as Mark mentioned earlier, now the clock is ticking away, and they have no way to stop it.
No.
Inside of 2 minutes.
KJ Timmon in the backfield with Dickerson. Here's a snap, and now we've got a flag. And that's a
procedure
penalty against the Saints. That'll move them back 5.
You know, I don't know what caused that, but I can tell you that 4 quarterbacks being used in the same game and 4 different sets of cadences can wear on an offensive line and make it a little bit difficult to get off at the right time.
So they will march this one back inside the 20, back to about the, looks to be 17-yard line. And once again, the Saints are playing behind the sticks. Dickerson from the shotgun, looks to throw, fires to the flats. He's got his, in and out of the hands of Sioka.
Wow.
And incomplete.
That's something you don't see very often, is a drop by Rocco Sioka, but on the coverage there was number 11, Eben Person. Number 17, Aaron Wagner was out there on the coverage. I apologize. Pearson's in the middle at linebacker.
Right.
But, Rocco was unable to come up with that one.
That stops the clock at 1:42, and still the Saints playing behind the sticks, 3rd and 13 from their own 17-yard line. Here's a snap. Looks to throw, dumps, screen through the middle. KJ from the backfield gets out to the 20, dives to the 22, and will probably be checked up near the 21-yard line. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
Well, I was going to say, now the incomplete pass, Homestead's got 3 timeouts. He just used one. They're going to get the ball back with about 1:20 left and 2 timeouts.
That's right.
So, it's something where either run off the clock in the second half and go in, but now they're giving Homestead a chance to do something. Back to you.
The completion brings up a 4th and 9 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and Mark's exactly right. They stopped the clock with 1.5 minutes to go. You figure the punt, Corey, will be midfield stripe, type thing. So a short field coming up for Homestead. Can they punch it in? Yes, they can. That's clear enough. And now it looks like the Saints have given them just that opportunity.
The Saints are just sort of dinking and dunking in the passing game. They've really shown no ability yet to go down the field with any sort of passing game, and that's going to be an issue for them because Homestead's defenders just keep creeping forward.
Right. Exactly right. So the timeout is over. Both are back on the field. Excuse me, checking some messages here from some interested parties, trying to keep up on that, and I'm not going to be able to, so please quit texting me. Here is the Dwenger punt. Nice punt that time, and it will be fielded by Homestead near the 50. No return. They're going to check that at the 49-yard line of the Saints. So a short field coming up for Homestead with 1:23 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, you nailed it from a field position standpoint, Sean. They're going to take over just inside the Saints' side of the 50-yard line with 1:23 left and 2 timeouts. That's a plenty of time for a spread, no-huddle offense like Homestead.
And here they come. Slavin, number 18, is the quarterback with a single setback. He rolls to his right, looks, fires to the flats. He's got his man. It is caught near the sticks and out of bounds, stopping the clock near the 38-yard line.
Really nice use of the whip route where that wide receiver, in this case it was 85, Mason Augier, came inside, then back out, and was able to get out of bounds and stop that clock in addition to the first down. So textbook sideline work there by the Spartans.
1st and 10 now for the Spartans as he calls out the play to his front line. Single setback is Fox. 2 wideouts left. Here's a snap. He looks right, looks left, throws, fires, and has got a man over the middle near the 20-yard line.
Gage Sparrow ran a little in-cut right in the middle of the field, and with high school football, the clock stops on that first down, and they've got plenty of time. No real hurry at this point.
That's right.
Almost to the 20-yard line and 2 timeouts.
2 timeouts just outside the red zone. Can the Spartans punch up 3 or 7 points to go into the locker room with great confidence? On 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper through the middle. He gets hog-tied. No, he breaks 1 tackle and gets down to about the 14-yard line.
No, that's a nice little quarterback run. I assume they'll use their first timeout, and they did. Going to bring the ball down to about the 15 for the Spartans with 47.8 left in the half. Folks,
our second quarter tonight is brought to you by Evans Toyota, located at the corner of Lima and Coliseum and online at evanstoyota.com. Evans Toyota is a proud supporter of the SAC and Bishop Dwenger High School. See Chad Vogelweed for Toyotally excellent buying experience. Toyotally.
I love the Toyotally line.
Not my word. Let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Mark Watts.
Just want to reiterate what Corey Kitchen says at the beginning of the broadcast. Field position has been huge in this game, and Homestead basically has had it. And you can see it right now. They kept Dwenger deep in their territory. They had a punt. Homestead got the ball in the 50, and right now they're close to the red zone. So Corey really caught it, or really pointed that out, was an important point for this game tonight.
Well, and Mark, when you look at those drives by the Saints on offense, they're doing 3 and out. They can't eat up any yardage, so when they do punt, then that's the problem.
I think here this is critical. They need a stop because if you remember, they also kicked off to start this game, did the Spartans. Right. So they're going to get the ball first in the second half. Yep. The Saints need a stop here. This is big.
2nd and 4. Here's a snap. Clock is rolling. Fade to the corner. He's got his man. Touchdown. Just that easy. Number 2, Nate Anderson scorches the Saints for another score.
Yeah, he might be the most underrated player or receiver in the city, quite honestly. He's a commit in the MAC. Seems like maybe Western Michigan is where he's headed. If memory serves me correctly, if I get that wrong, I'm sorry. But I know it's in the MAC level. He's a big-time wide receiver, and very few talk about him citywide.
I think the ball was on the 15, Kevin, if I'm correct on that, from the 15. So a 15-yard pass from Slavin to Nate Anderson with 44 seconds to go, puts another 6 on the board, and the extra point is good, so that is 7. Homestead quiets the crowd here at Shields Field with 44 seconds to go. 21-7 is your score. We're stepping out for a 30-second break. This is SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
Tippmann Group is a family-owned business that's proud to call Fort Wayne home. We build cold storage facilities all around the United States, run one of the largest cold storage companies in the nation, and lease office space in Fort Wayne, like inside the Lincoln Tower.
Hi, I'm John Tippmann, president of Tippmann Group, and our family has been part of the Bishop Dwenger family for many years. We are a proud supporter of Dwenger Athletics. Go Saints.
And we are back here at Shields Field to wrap up the second quarter and first half, where the Homestead Spartans have taken a commanding lead, 21-7 over the Dwenger Saints. Really, again, Corey, it's on the arm of Peyton Slavin and that talented receiver core that they have.
Yeah, no, that was a great fade route by Nate Anderson and maybe an even better throw.
Yeah.
Anderson set up the defensive back inside, cut back outside, and Slavin hit him right on the money over his outside shoulder. Outstanding play, and it's going to end up looming large here as we continue on to finish off the second half, them going up 2 scores and then getting the ball first in the second half.
Carter Dixon launches this one outside of the end zone, so no return that time for the Saints. And, a late flag comes out, and I think this is going to be an unsportsmanlike against the Bishop Dwenger Saints. They had somebody on special teams that is still fired up as they come across the field and coming onto the sidelines. one would have to wonder if the Saints would just be satisfied. I was going to say happy to, but satisfied to take a knee and get out of here.
Quite frankly, in the first 3.5 games of the season, this has not been a team that has shown the ability to take advantage of a 44-second clock to finish with a 2-minute drill. So they need to be careful here. Don't do anything silly, and probably live to fight another half.
Officials are discussing, and it looks like personal foul against the Saints. Is that an ejection? Did they launch that kid?
I don't know.
See if Sam Tallarico knows.
Yeah, I didn't get the sense that was an ejection. Hopefully not.
That was probably just a first down motion.
I think so.
So the Saints 1st and 10, deep in their own territory. Put the ball at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that's.
And that's what they will do. Take a knee, and they will get out of here. Well, what an interesting first half it's been. The Homestead Spartans come in, and they're flexing here in the first half. That's just all there is to it. 21-7 is your halftime score.
They're going to have to take another knee.
Oh, they are literally tenths of seconds above the play clock. So yeah, they'll have to do this again. So we're all just watching to see what the officials will do.
Okay.
That's what they'll do. They'll call it good. That's your first half, ladies and gentlemen. So again, 21-7 Homestead over Bishop Dwenger. Lots to talk about during that first half of action. Lots to fix going back into the Bishop Dwenger locker room. So lots to cover. Stick around, folks. We're going to come back with our halftime presentation brought to you by First Source Bank. We're back after this break. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
You see them everywhere. That Preferred Auto bumper sticker. All makes and models. You ever wonder why? It's simple. We've worked hard over the last 30-plus years to earn your trust.
And with all the unknowns right now in the auto industry, we're still confident in one thing. With over $6 million in inventory, I'm sure we have the perfect vehicle for you.
So stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see what sets us apart from the rest.
Okay.
Preferred Auto.
All right. You good?
Evans Toyota is locally owned and proudly supports Bishop Dwenger. Let's go Saints!
You know, there's 3 kinds of people in this world. Those that get the numbers and those that don't. If you need professional help when it comes to the numbers, whether it's payroll, accounting, or professional or personal taxes, come see the experts at Management and Tax Services. Proud to be Dwenger supporters for over 60 years.
You see them everywhere. That Preferred Auto bumper sticker. All makes and models. You ever wonder why? It's simple. We've worked hard over the last 30-plus years to earn your trust.
And with all the unknowns right now in the auto industry, we're still confident in one thing. With over $6 million in inventory, I'm sure we have the perfect vehicle for you.
So stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see what sets us apart from the rest.
Preferred Auto.
St. Anne Communities is a senior living community including a rehabilitation center, memory and dementia care, assisted and residential living, as well as a nursing facility that served the community for over 54 years. While offering a Christ-centered environment that is the only place in Fort Wayne that offers daily Mass and sacraments. For more information on employment, senior living, or to make a gift to support the first floor renovation campaign, please visit us at our website or give us a call.
Welcome back to Shields Field, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are broadcasting live the SAC matchup between the Bishop Dwenger Saints hosting the Homestead Spartans. And right now it's all Spartans. Well, mostly Spartans. 21-7 is your halftime score. And it is homecoming week here at Bishop Dwenger. So glad to see the festivities going on in the halftime presentation. Tonight's halftime is brought to you by First Source Bank. Are you ready to take a big step forward in life and set up your own bank account? First Source Bank has the perfect option for students. Our e-student accounts are simple to start, and they're designed to help you begin your financial journey. Check it out at firstsource.com. That's 1stsource.com. The First Source Bank, our halftime sponsor. Well, again, 21-7 is your score. Alongside Corey Kitchen, Kevin Thompson, and Coach Mark Watts, I'm Sean McBride. And Corey, I got to tell you, I was looking at some feedback during that extended break right there, and I'm looking for a term, and it just seems like the Saints offense is discombobulated. I mean, I'm not making sense of it because nothing seems to be happening.
Well, obviously the run game was great out of the chute in that first drive. They were able to take it down, and a big run busted by KJ Tippmann up the middle for the first score. But ever since then, you're exactly right. They've had no real running game to speak of. And honestly, they've had no downfield passing game at all. It has been all dink and dunk, short passes, hitches, etc. And they have not challenged that Homestead defense down the field whatsoever. And you're just going to have that defense keep creeping up into the box more and more to stop the run when you do that.
Right.
So even if you don't complete a long pass, I think you have to attempt a couple just to soften up that defensive secondary.
The evening started out with a score by KJ Tippmann, 58 yards on that score, and then the other scores, an 80-yard again first play from scrimmage drive was caught by number 2 Anderson, and of course Anderson had a 15-yard pass reception as well. And so let's talk about the other side of the ball here, Corey. When we talk about that other team. They've stalled. They've had to punt, but at the same time, Slavin is throwing some precision balls on some deep slants, and his receivers are making plays in open field.
Yep, he's got a great core of receivers. The offensive line is giving him just enough time to throw, and they've had real balance in their offense between the run and the pass, which has allowed them to effectively do just about anything they wanted. And the big score was right there at the end of the first half. I can't harp on that enough, to go up 2 scores and now get the ball back to start the second half. This is going to be a monster drive for the Bishop Dwenger defense coming out from halftime. They have got to get a stop.
That's exactly right. We're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break here, and then when we come back, we're going to bring in Coach Mark Watts to get his thoughts on what he saw from the sideline perspective, and then we'll do a little bit of roundtable discussion as to what might happen. Lots going on here, lots to talk about. It is homecoming here at Bishop Dwenger High School, and unfortunately for the faithful, right now the Saints have kind of dug themselves in a pit. They're down 21-7 on the Homestead Spartans. So we're back in 30. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maple Crest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their 3rd generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
That's good.
All right, we are back to live action, ladies and gentlemen. And right now we're going to send things down to include in our discussions Coach Mark Watts. got to tell you, from a broadcast perspective, whether it was Redeemer Radio or BDHS Media, we have been just absolutely thrilled and really honored to have the kind of talent that we have behind the mic. And I say that with all sincerity. When we talk about Coach Corey Kitchen and, of course, Coach Mark Watts, state champion caliber coaches, to really kind of help dissect and get a little deeper into the game. So, Coach Mark Watts, from your perspective, what do you see down there on the sidelines in the first half?
Well, just my observation. I think that Homestead, like you guys said, their passing game is very effective. And ever since they got pressure on that long throw where Dwenger intercepted it, they've gone to the short stop. They're not doing play action. They're getting three-step drops, boom, out quickly, and they're very precise. So I think that's the difference in the game. Homestead be able to throw effectively, and Dwenger is not.
Simple as that.
Yeah, and so the question is, guys, sorry, boy, a lot of feedback there, Mark. I got to bring you down for just a second. The question then, Corey, again, being an offensive coordinator yourself, you know the kind of talent that's on the field for the Saints, and we have multiple quarterbacks at this point. They're trying to find some success through different personnel. We even saw the Wildcat with KG. I mean, so where do you go from here is the question.
Yeah, I think they're getting, quite honestly, a little too acute, so to speak, with some of those packages. I would like to see them pick a guy, stick with him, try to generate a little bit of running game, some play action behind it, stay ahead of the sticks. That's what they did at the beginning of the game. They stayed ahead of the sticks in that first drive, and I would like to see them go back and try to reestablish that when they get the football back, if at all possible. Particularly if the defense comes out and gets a stop and they're still down just 2 scores. That's within striking distance that you don't have to leave your game plan of keeping the balance in the offense.
And Mark, speaking to Corey's point, there is we have seen the Saints defense have success not only in the first 2 games, but against this stout Spartan team as well.
Yes, defense is playing well, Sean.
Yeah.
I talked about a key to the game is the adjustments that Dwenger is going to have to make, and I think this is key right now. They see what Homestead's doing. Now they've got to make the key adjustments to counteract that in the chess match to come out here in the second half and move the ball effectively because their defense is still keeping them in the game.
All right, well, folks, stick around. We're going to take a 2-minute break here and learn more about Bishop Dwenger High School and give you a lot of good information that way. And when we come back, we'll have even more to talk about. This is an extended halftime show. So what we're going to talk about, we're going to figure out during the playing of this video, but also we have Stats Thompson in the wing as well. We want to dig into those numbers and see what they all mean. So stick around. We've got a lot more to talk about after this 2-minute break. You're watching BD Football on BDHS Media Productions.
Many traditions have developed over the years in our hallowed halls that embody the spirit of our humble beginnings, and that makes each and every one of us part of the Dwenger family. This family of dedicated alumni, parents, faculty, staff, and friends have been preparing our young saints for the future, building upon their Catholic faith, expanding their minds, and enriching their hearts. Bishop Dwenger students are educated based on the foundation of 4 pillars: an academic life, a spiritual life, an active life, and a life of service. Focusing on these pillars helps us develop the whole person. We often speak of the Dwenger family, an indescribable sense of community. A focus on tradition and love for our faith create a special and powerful bond for all of our saints. The commitment to Catholic education throughout the generations is also evident in the time, talent, and treasure the community shares with our school. We are so blessed by the generosity of the Dwenger family, who are loyal to our school in its effort to cultivate citizens of 2 worlds. When our students graduate with a priceless Bishop Dwenger diploma, they also have a deeper appreciation of the Catholic faith, a strong sense of their civic responsibilities, an achievement of academic success, and an unparalleled ability to balance their studies with extracurricular activities. This is what it means to be a Saint.
Welcome back to Shields Field, ladies and gentlemen. This is our halftime presentation brought to you by First Source Bank. Got about 7.5 minutes to go here in the halftime show. Again, reminding you, Homestead 21 and Bishop Dwenger 7. And right now, let's take a deep dive into the numbers with Kevin Townsend. Kevin, what do you have for the first half?
You know, like Coach Watt said, the passing game for Homestead's what kind of controlled it. They were 193 yards in the air to Dwenger's 25. And then one other big thing that I'd notice is Dwenger only had 3 first downs to Homestead's 9. So Homestead's definitely controlled the ball. You know, Slavin was 12 of 13, 193 yards, led with Nate Anderson with 4 of those receptions for 106.
For 193, yeah. You know, that's a ball game for some teams, and that's the first half.
Right.
So,
yeah,
really, really effective. Watching him on film the last couple of games, I was impressed. He does a good job of getting the ball out on time. The only mistake he's really made all year was at the very end of last week's game against Lures. Yeah. The interception over the middle with about 2 minutes to go, and then he threw a pick sort of in a Hail Mary situation at the end of the game as well when they were trying to come back with only like 13 seconds left. So, he's been very efficient, very effective. He won't wow you in any particular way. I mean, he doesn't have blazing speed, doesn't have a rocket arm, but the guy is really consistent and gets it done. And I think he's extremely well coached.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about Bill Skelton, and I don't probably give enough credit. Their offensive coordinator does a great job in their offensive package, but he's also their quarterback's coach, and that kid is well coached.
Yeah. So, again, when we talk about the Homestead Spartans being on top, 21-7, over the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and laying a large part of that against or onto that passing attack. The Saints are in the locker room right now talking about maybe creeping up, maybe doing the bump, maybe disrupting those routes and taking away those slants that have been so effective, those 3-step drops, and getting these guys off their routes.
Yeah, they
have to, don't they?
Yeah, they've got to change the timing somehow, some way. I mean, Coach Watts mentioned it very early in the game. He picked up on the cushion that the corners were giving, and they were basically in a man-to-man situation with the Homestead receivers, trying to get as many defenders in the box to stop that Homestead run. Yeah. Well, Homestead's been able to take advantage of that coverage, and I would say maybe a bump and run, maybe simply a complete change in coverage, maybe a different coverage instead of sort of a man look, maybe go to a zone look and mix it up a little bit on their offense so that it's not so predictable.
So when we talk about some additional changes, Corey, one of the things that was clearly on display was the 3rd and long, or the 3rd and very long, playing behind the sticks. Kevin talked about the 3rd down percentage, conversion percentage and how low it was. Better plays on 1st and 2nd down. What's the mix there? What do they have to do to make it better?
Well, for the Saints, they've got to figure out a way to establish some running game right out of the gate here once they get the football back. Hopefully they're only down 2 scores when they get it back, and not more than that, depending on how the defense comes out to start this half. But I think they've got to try to establish some run, stay ahead of the chains, And because they don't have a passing game right now, Sean, that's capable of just standing back there and throwing the ball down the field. It's got to be mixed in with the run game and play action and possibly RPOs in order for them to be effective in the passing game. They just simply don't have a spread you out, go 5 wide type of attack.
Mark Watts, you've heard from one amateur and one professional. What say you?
Well, I'm going to go back to what Corey Kitchen said. We both coach quarterbacks. And if we know what the coverage is, we're set back there. We know where we're going to go. But if you start showing a little cover 2 or 2-man, and then some cover 3, and some bump and run, then back off, this is going to confuse that quarterback a little bit. So you've got to, I think, just like Corey said, change it up some. Because right now, that Homestead quarterback knows exactly where he's going with football, and he's getting it done.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Mark, from the run perspective for Dwenger, do you like the power eye? What do you think of the effectiveness that we've seen there?
Well, Sean, I will humbly say that I think that this is Bishop Dwenger football, and when they get a little, they don't, they're a little slow on offense. They go to that, thinking that they could just go down with that power eye, and we had it effectively at different times when I coached. But I think that's why they do it, because at least they know what they can do, and they think they can power through it.
I would like to jump in on that, and that is when you ran it, you had Big Joe Tippmann. They don't have. I mean, in all seriousness, they don't have that kind of guy. Or a Vinny Fiacable, or they don't have that up front anymore. Not only in the backfield, but up front. They don't have the size that they've had in past years. Yeah. I'm not sure that makes as much sense with this personnel unit.
No, for sure. Now, one of the things, in case our viewers don't know, we talk about Joe Tippmann. He's a starting center, for the Wisconsin Badgers, and Vinny was playing for IU. They had some special players. We'll put it that way.
No doubt about it.
That you don't normally see.
Some road graders.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But again,
and they make you a good coach.
Isn't that the truth?
There's no doubt about it.
That's right. Good stuff. Well, we are under 2 minutes to go here before the third quarter whistle. So we're going to go ahead and step out for a 1-minute break. When we come back, we will reset and get ready for this second half of action. Score 21-7, Homestead over Bishop Dwenger here at Shields Field. We'll be back. This is SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
Can First Source help me get more space?
We can help with that.
Does First Source have banking that can keep up with me?
This is open around the clock.
Business is booming. Can you help me expand?
No problem.
Can First Source help me turn this into my own business?
We're here for you. No matter what kind of banking you need, First Source Bank can help.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maple Crest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their third generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
Welcome back, viewers. We're broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger High School alongside Corey Kitchen, Kevin Thompson, and Coach Mark Watts. I'm Sean McBride, getting set for the second half action of this big-time SAC contest between the Homestead Spartans and the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And so far, things are not looking good for the Saints. They started off beautifully and really have just gone downhill from there as we hear the Black Hawk taking off and buzzing the stadium overhead.
Oh.
Beautiful sight, man. So, we had a great display from the Indiana Army National Guard here this evening, and Captain Alex Wharton, number 44 from the Saints, delivering the game ball with some of his fellow Dwenger graduate guardsmen. So what a great night it's been, a great tribute to the lives lost on 9/11, as well as those in Afghanistan. So we would ask you to please keep everyone in your prayers, especially our servicemen and women and those abroad that need our prayers. Right now the clock is reset, and we are getting ready to kick off the third quarter of action here. And again, Corey, You talked about it. This is like the Belichick double take. You score in, you take a score into the halftime locker room, and you get the ball to start the second half. That's exactly what Homestead is looking at right here.
Yeah, no question about it. And monster series for the Saints. First of all, got to have a great kickoff here. Hopefully we can get a Joe Belanda touchback for the Saints. Pin them deep back at the 20-yard line. And then, in addition to that, I'm really interested to see, based on my conversation with Coach Watts as well, what the defense does in this first series of the second half. Are they going to vary the looks? Are they going to come up and jam? Are they going to give a cover two? They're going to give something different to the quarterback to look at because, quite frankly, it is this is a critical point in the football game where they have got to get off the field and get the ball back in the hands of the Saints offense, only down 2 scores.
That's right. Let's see what they do. The ball is teed up. Belanda wearing number 19 tonight for the Saints. Saints known for exceptional special teams play year in and year out. Let's see what they do here on this kickoff. From the 40, line shot. This will be fielded from the 2-yard line. Looking for some room out to the 20. He breaks through to the 30. Wrangled and dives to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, not what the Saints were really looking for there from their kickoff unit. Not great coverage, but they were able to get the Homestead ball carrier down. And Spartans going to start with really good field position at their own 35.
Their quarterback is Peyton Slavin. He is a junior, 5'11", 160 pounds. In the backfield, he's got number 28, Fox.
Saints secondary looks like the same exact look as the first half so far.
A 7-yard cushion there. Homestead checks off. From the shotgun. Play action, he throws, he rolls out to the right side, he's got some room, tries to get to the stick and gets knocked out of bounds north of the 40.
Looked left for Nate Anderson. Pretty good coverage on Nate, so Slavin tucked it and ran and around the right edge and was able to get a nice first down gain there. Showing a lot of moxie, good decision making.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Homestead Spartans. Ball resting at the 41-yard line. Similar formation, slot receiver to the left. That is Gage Sparrow. He is dangerous. And we've got a whistle before the snap. It wasn't delay a game.
Got procedure. That's helpful for the Saints.
Indeed.
Back them up and take away, basically negate that first down play. 2nd and long now.
Homestead still looking to the sidelines. Gets wagged in. Here's a snap. Play action, looks to throw, fires deep over the middle and overthrown and incomplete.
Looks like they've got a little pressure on Slavin, but I'm concerned we may have a roughing situation back there. We'll see.
Yeah, late flag coming in, resting at the 31-yard line. And just when you think the Saints might be able to take advantage of a Homestead penalty, they might give them more yardage. And they do. This one getting walked off against the Saints. Personal foul, roughing the passer. That'll be a 15-yarder and a first down as they walk the ball into Dwenger territory.
Big penalty when they had them basically stopped.
Yeah.
And, that one could come back to haunt you right there.
11:41 to go here in the third quarter. And a new set of downs for Homestead inside Dwenger territory off of the Saints penalty. Dwenger now in press coverage. Here's a give through the middle. They'll run ahead for a gain of 3.
Little power, or inside zone, I should say, up the middle there for Fox. But you called it, Sean. Just as Coach Watts had mentioned, they came up and with a little bit of a jam on the wide receivers to try to throw off that timing. It's the first time we've seen that tonight, and that's a little halftime adjustment that the Saints have made. We'll see how effective it is.
And you wonder if, because Slavin was out here looking at his receiver when he handed the ball off. So he is watching that for sure. Good quarterback. Wow. 2nd and long. Option. Still rolling. He decides to keep it. He gets hit and is dropped at the 41-yard line.
It was a little speed option that he decided, he had plenty of real estate and decided to cut it up himself. He got popped a little bit there.
Look
He's
at him.
hands on his knees and trying to regain his composure here a little bit.
That's a good gain that time. Brings up 3rd and short. 3rd and about 2 now for Homestead. As the clock continues to tick down, lots of time left here in the 3rd quarter. This is Homestead's first possession in this half. 2 wideouts to the right side on 3rd and 2. Here's a snap. Again, give through the middle, 1st down and more as Fox makes it down to the 35.
Wow, offensive line for the Spartans doing the job right there. Big pickup on 3rd and short, and picked up, as you mentioned, about 5 or so.
That's Williamson, Abalaka, Carter, Hull, Jackson Bell, and Schweitzer, the front 5 for Homestead. We talked about it before. This is a stout crew. From tackle to tackle, they average 6'2", 251.
Yeah, and that has been the kryptonite against the 3-4 speed defense that the Saints employ, is a big offensive front line. So we'll see how they react here.
Another 1st down for Homestead. Here's a snap. Again, give through the middle. And again, that front line pushes that pile down inside the 35 to about the 32.
Yeah, 3 or 4 there. And if we were on real grass, I'd say in a cloud of dust. But and a few rubber chips on the turf.
Scoreboard says gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. Twins right, twins left. Low snap, fires fast, and he closed and incomplete that time.
Really
great
nice
closure.
Job. Yeah, Sam Campbell right there from his left cornerback position came up and knocked that ball away on that quick hitch. Little tighter coverage than we've seen so far.
Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
Well, I think they're setting up the play-action pass, boys. Let's see if it's going to happen this time or next year.
All right. So the incompletion brings up 3rd and 7. Homestead taking their time, getting the play wagged in again from the sidelines.
Probably in 4-down territory here, so you don't necessarily have to throw the ball to pick up that 1st down. If you can pick up half or so, get inside the 30, they could look to run it again on 4th.
Right. Yeah, we've got a flag.
I think we're going to back up 5 for delay a game.
Yeah, it took a little too long. No, false start? Wow, okay.
Oh, they called false start, okay.
That is a gift to the Saints.
Yeah, that changes the situation here dramatically. 3rd and about 12. So big. This is a big play for the Saints D. They need to stop right here.
Nate Anderson's going to be the lone receiver on the short side here. Trips package to the right. Single setback. Slavin in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Looks to throw. Fires. Right side. It's low. Did he catch it? He did catch it, but he did not have enough to make it to the 1st down.
Although they may have gotten enough to think about going for it on 4th.
Exactly. They're going to mark this down at about the 27. They need to get to the 25. The offense is on the field. And let's see what happens here. I think they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they're bringing number 1, Isaac Barkas, in. He's their big slot receiver, 6'3", 180.
And they've had success with the slant pretty much all night.
They have. 4th and 2. They're running the clock down. 10 seconds left here.
Yeah. They better get on their hustle horse.
Keep an eye on that tight end.
Down at 5.
Barkas.
Here's a snap. They get it off. He's hit, gets out of it. No, quarterback keeper around the right side. He's got the first down and gets knocked out of bounds inside the red zone.
What a great play. Cole Carey was there to make the stop, but did not make the tackle.
Right.
So a good stiff arm by the quarterback there in Slavin.
Great play call. Mark, what do you have?
I talked about in the second quarter, they were setting that play up, and they saved it until they really needed it. Good call.
Fourth
by
down.
The offensive coordinator over there. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about great time to use it.
So Homestead is once again knocking on the door. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Officially 15, excuse me.
The Saints have stayed in that man-to-man coverage. Haven't mixed up that look yet.
Here's the snap. Rolls to his left, looking, firing into the flats. He's got his man. It's caught, and he's going to get wrangled down near the 5.
Yeah, I think those Homestead receivers are just quite frankly too good to stay in man coverage.
Well, and you saw that route. It was run perfectly. He was squared up, presented a nice target to the quarterback, and he was able to deliver it perfectly.
Yeah, the timing of their passing game is a thing of beauty. Again, credit to Bill Skelton, their offensive coordinator.
Gain of 9 that time brings up 2nd and 1. Ball resting on the 6-yard line. Tight end right side. Snap, give to Fox through the middle. He hits the wall, pushes forward inside the 5. Mark it down to about the 3. 1st and goal coming up for the Spartans.
Yeah, and here's where that big offensive line can just kind of take over down here inside the 5. We'll see what they run. Saints really need to figure out a way to get a stop here.
Sheets checking in. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 230. And he's going to line up at the tight end slot on the right side. Up back on the left. Here's a snap. Give to Fox through the middle. Tries to jump
Ball's
in.
out.
Ball is loose. It's picked up by Homestead. Trying to make the corner.
They called him down.
They called him down.
Wow.
All right, wow. Schultz thought he had the touchdown, but he did not. Wow. So he tried to leap it through. Mark, what'd you see? You were right there.
Hey, I think he fumbled it. I'm telling you, I don't think he was down. I'm right here looking at it. That was questionable. Back to you.
Might be a benefit to the Saints, quite frankly, because it appeared that that the Homestead player was going to score with it.
Under center this time, Slavin tries to pull Dwenger off sides for some hard count reason.
I don't like that call. But
no. Quarterback keeper through the middle, still pushing.
Oh, wow, too easy.
Arms up, touchdown. Wow.
Oh, that's a backbreaker right there, and it was too easy behind that offensive line for that quarterback sneak right behind the big fellas. And we've kind of pinpointed it. That big offensive line is just kind of taking over this football game.
Carter's on for the PAT. 6:02 remains here in the third quarter. And after this, your score is 28-7. Homestead silencing the Saints faithful here at Shields Field. We're back in 30 seconds. This is SAC Football here on BDHS Media Productions.
You know, there's 3 kinds of people in this world. Those that get the numbers and those that don't.
Layer clear.
If you need professional help when it comes to the numbers, whether it's payroll, accounting, or professional or personal taxes, come see the experts at Management and Tax Services. Proud to be Dwenger supporters for over 60 years.
Back at Shields Field, along with Corey Kitchen, I'm Sean McBride. On the sidelines tonight, we've got Coach Watts. On stats, we've got Kevin Thompson. And right now, there seems not to be an answer in sight, Corey. The Homestead Spartans have come out and really exerted themselves offensively and defensively, both sides of the ball, and they are controlling this game.
They took half of the third quarter off the clock on a 15-play drive to start the second half. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah. And, hey, let's talk about it. There's an elephant in the room that the penalty against the Bishop Dwenger Saints kept that drive alive.
That was a monster penalty, and that's been a problem through the first 3 games.
Exactly. All right, shake it off, Saints. Here we go. Kick is up and away. Nice long one, and it's going into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback, and the Saints will come out on offense to see, can they answer the Homestead Spartans.
Another touchback by Carter Dixon, and the Saints have to go 80 yards again.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it. Field position has been critical, and the Saints have been behind all night in that regard.
Even on the previous drive, they started with a 15-yard advantage out at the 35.
Yep.
Yeah, so again, Homestead winning the battle of field position.
And that's typically what the Saints do to other people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the number 2 team in 5A has a lot of work to do with 6:02 left here in the third and the fourth quarter. Trips Packers to the right. Here's a give to KJ Tibbin, bounces it outside, puts a shoulder into it, gains about 8 that time, past the 25 out to the 27, 28-yard line.
Yeah, a little power play where they pulled the right guard out in front of KJ. That's a nice play to start the drive.
Terrible spot, back at the 26. They'll take the 6 yards. Springer, quarterback. Snap, again, give to KJ Tibbin, looking for some room through the middle, finds a little bit. They'll mark him down close to the first down, but shy of about a yard, it looks like, to the 29. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
Okay, they've got away from the 2 tight ends. Now they've got 4 wide. So that's the adjustment right now at halftime.
Quarterback keeper, see if he can push through. It's going to be close.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
Double tights that time. If they put it on the strike, yeah, he's got it. Okay. So that is the first down for the Saints offense in quite some time.
Yeah, it is. And, baby steps at this point. You got to start gaining some momentum offensively, and they found a couple of things in the run game. Keep that going. But Mark's exactly right. They've gone to a 4 wide set, this time 3 by 1.
Right. On 1st and 10. Here's a snap. Get the Tibbin through the middle. He's got some room. He bounces it outside. He's at the 50, dragged down after a tremendous gain.
Yep, and what they've done here is they've really, the opposite of what they did in the first half. They're spreading that defense out to find running lanes rather than adding tight ends to find gaps. And I've always been more of a spread them out guy. Our Hall of Fame coach Schwarzkopf and I used to debate that quite often.
Gain of 21 that time for Tibbin. They give him the ball again. He bounces it out left, puts his shoulder down, takes 2 tacklers to bring him down, and he will gain about 8 that time.
Yep, they running the ball nicely down the field, although the Spartans, I presume, with a 3-touchdown lead are comfortable with that, taking time off the clock and letting the Saints dink and dunk in the run game, so to speak. But this is good for the Saints, trying to find some offensive momentum.
That's right. Gain of 7 that time brings up 2nd and 3. Here's a snap, give through the middle, finds the seam, gets the first down, and a little bit more inside the 40 down to about the 37.
Another power play, left tackle out in front of KJ Tippmann.
So that'll move the chains for the Saints. We've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds here in the third quarter as the clock continues to tick down. On 1st and 10. Springer with a single setback, twins right, twins left. Here's a snap. Play action, looks to throw, going deep, right side, and it is going to be a jump ball and intercepted in the end zone, and the drive is dead.
Yeah, it's really the first time that they've gone down the field with any significance there, and threw it right to Aaron Wagner, the senior defensive back for the Spartans, 6 foot 180. And you throw that fade, you really have to throw it to the outside shoulder of the receiver rather than the inside shoulder, and that was the mistake that young Mr. Springer made.
Mark Watts, it seems like you and I were just talking about that a couple days ago.
That's correct, and I was right here, all right? I'm right where he intercepted it, and that ball had to go outside shoulder, and he just kept it inside, and Corey Kiss is exactly right. That ball's got to be in the outside shoulder towards the sideline. And, Corey, I want to say I'm also agree with you. Spread them out and then run it.
There you go. So they're going to mark Homestead down at the 1 yard line instead of giving them a touchback. So Homestead back on offense with 99 yards to go and 3:23 remaining here in the third quarter. From the shotgun, here's a snap, play action, looks to throw, checks off, goes deep, right side, single coverage, and incomplete.
Now they just about made the same mistake that the Saints made, where he threw the deep ball to the inside shoulder of the receiver rather than the outside. Got away with it because it was overthrown.
Adam Lee was there. I think that was Adam Lee on coverage.
Sam Campbell.
Sam Campbell. I saw the 0. I made a guess.
Yeah,
and I
it was
was
across
wrong.
the field there.
Okay. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 now for Homestead.
Now this is an opportunity for the Saints D. A safety would certainly be helpful in this instance, and no doubt about it.
They could use some momentum. Here's a snap. Give through the middle. He's got some room. Gets out past the 5, gets to about the 7.
When you run a spread offense like that, sometimes being backed up in your own end zone is difficult because you're not used to being under center. That spread, that shotgun snap 5 yards deep in the end zone makes a lot of people nervous.
Yep. Now this is a huge 3rd down right here. They've got 3rd and we'll call it 5 coming up. Wow. Big down here for the Saints defense. Can they contain? 2 wideouts to the right side. Here's a snap. Looking, fires, inside screen, and they cover it and snuff it at the 5.
Really good series by the Saints defense right there. They went with a little wide receiver tunnel screen there to Anderson, their big play guy, and Saints defense was ready for it.
That they were. It's a great job by the Saints defense. As Homestead punt team comes on, they should give the Saints some excellent field position here. Oh, nearly gets the kick, but they do get the kick away. This should be fielded by the Saints near the 50. He's at the 40, 45, going across field, making a miss. He's at the 25. Flag comes out at the 20, gets near the end zone, dances in for a touchdown.
That's coming back.
Yep. Incredible return that time by Henry O'Keefe.
That's kind of the vision that Mark was talking about earlier on the opportunity to return a punt or a kick from Henry O'Keefe. He does have some vision in the kick return game that I've seen from very few guys.
Simply incredible, but unfortunately I think this is probably going to be a block on the back, and this one's going to be coming back. Or is it?
When he started out right and went back left, I thought he was out of his mind. And proved me wrong, took it the distance.
All right, so they take the ball marked at the 24-yard line, and they'll take it out to the 34-yard line. Still haven't seen, and maybe I missed the white hat, but
the call?
Yeah, I missed the call. But anyway, that's where the Saints will take over on offense. 1st and 10 from the Homestead 34. Single setback, trips out to the right side. Here's a quick give. Tippett has stood up after a yard or two, takes it down to the 31-yard line.
That was big Jonathan Waddell, 6'6", 380, that got his paws on the running back there.
Would you like to run into that guy?
Oh, my goodness. You want to talk about a 2-gap nose guard. He handles that without having to move.
He's got his own zip code. Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Here's a snap. They look to throw. Pressure coming. Screen. O'Keefe trying to get some room there. No, that's KJ Tippman. Check that. He's got some room. Breaks 2 tackles. Puts his shoulder down. Gets to the 20. First down, Saints.
Tremendous 2nd, 3rd, 4th effort out of KJ Tippman to break tackles and pick up that first down.
Tremendous effort that time. Moving the chains. Just outside the red zone are the Saints. Minute to go here in the third quarter. Here's a snap. Blitz comes. They pick it up. He's trying to get outside. Looks downfield, fires, tipped, and incomplete.
I'm not sure he had anybody really open there anyway, but did a good job of stepping up into the pocket and then getting outside to avoid that rush, but just unable to connect. Great job by the Homestead Spartans. They brought a couple off the left edge and forced, I should say that pressure forced him out of the pocket.
So an incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 for Evan Springer and company. Again, they spread things out. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right, and a single setback. Here's a snap. Blitz coming. Thrown, complete, and out of bounds. That's Rocco Sioka with, I think, his first catch of the night.
Yeah, it might very well be. First or second. But, yeah, just another out route, though. You know, they're dinking and dunking again here.
Gain of 7 that time. Brings up 3rd and 3 for the Saints. Looks like a trips package coming out here to the short side. O'Keefe alone out there on the left. Here's a snap, fake, throws to the outside. O'Keefe can't grab it, and that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, 31 for the Spartans there. That's Ethan Dorsey was on the coverage anyway, so it may have been a first down probably, but nonetheless, incomplete just out of the outstretched arms. 4th down, this is a big play.
Sioka's in there.
4th and 2. Looks like they're going power I.
Yeah. Sam Anderson comes in.
Sam Campbell.
Campbell, check that.
No.
Campbell with the I formation behind him. Here's a snap. Campbell decides to run himself. He's alone. He's scared. He's got a man. No. Incomplete, and the 4th down fails. Campbell had to run for his life, and it looks like he's down on the carpet.
And yeah, he got laid out.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. We bring in a quarterback who's not used to throwing the ball, and it appeared they ran some sort of. I think they wanted him on a bootleg.
I think so too. It
and,
sure looked like it.
And it just didn't materialize. Great job by the Homestead D to contain that and force him to do something he didn't want to do there.
We're going to go ahead and step out for a little break here. And we got 32.2 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take an injury timeout and be back after these messages. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maple Crest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their 3rd generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
Evans Toyota is locally owned and proudly supports Bishop Dwenger. Let's go, Saints!
Sam Campbell has made his way off the field, thank goodness, under his own power. And now on the 4th and 2 that was not successful, now the Homestead offense comes out with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory at their own 13-yard line. And there are some major implications to that one, Corey. Here's a snap. Get to the tailback. Fox bounces it outside, tries to make the corner, cannot. Great pursuit that time by the defender.
Gavin Groves, 34 for the Saints in there. Able to stretch that to the sideline and make the play. Colin Vance was there to help clean it up as well. That's a big play for the Saints defense.
And what again, we talked during the break, with Campbell getting injured like that, not only, a playmaker on offense, but more importantly, a playmaker on defense.
Yeah, he's their best corner, best cover corner, and that's a big loss for the defense if he's unable to return.
That's going to do it for the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The score remains 28-7. Homestead on top of Bishop Dwenger. 12 minutes to go for the Saints. Can they turn it around? Stick around. We'll be back after this 30-second break. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
You see them everywhere. That preferred auto bumper sticker. All makes and models. You ever wonder why? It's simple. We've worked hard over the last 30-plus years to earn your trust.
And with all the unknowns right now in the auto industry, we're still confident in one thing. With over $6 million in inventory, I'm sure we have the perfect vehicle for you.
So stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see what sets us apart from the rest.
Preferred Auto.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tippmann Properties is a proud supporter of the Saints and is here to let you know that we are currently leasing in multiple locations throughout Fort Wayne, including the historic Lincoln Tower. For details regarding available space, call Larry at 260-469-5447. That's Tippmann Properties. Call Larry at 260-469-5447. Start of the fourth quarter. They flip the field. Deep in their own side is the Homestead Spartans. Kind of playing behind the sticks right now, facing a 2nd and 12 with the ball on the 11-yard line. Whistle blows, and we're ready to start the fourth quarter. Saints show some pressure there. Now they back off, waiting for the call. Here's a snap. Give to Fox through the middle. Nothing there. Tries to get a little bit more, but he's going to be dropped at about the 10-yard line.
Great job in the middle of that Saints defense. Looked like Vanderweed, Simcox in there. Nice job from the linebacker spots to get that stop, and going to force a 3rd and long here for the Spartans.
Loss of 1 on the play, back to the 10-yard line. 3rd and 13 now for the Spartans.
3-score lead. They may just hand it off again and live to punt.
Here's a snap. Looks to throw, guns it. Far side, got a man wide open, bobbled and dropped.
Wow, that's
unbelievable.
Incredible that Nate Anderson, who we've talked so highly about all game long, I don't think I've ever seen him drop a ball like that. Maybe he was too wide open.
Yeah, it was right in his breadbasket. Yeah, wow. Highly an uncharacteristic drop that time.
Saints dodging bullet there. That was quickly looking like a 4-score deficit.
Yeah. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
That was a free-thrown ball, gentlemen. That's the way you're supposed to throw it, outside where the receiver just is going toward the sideline to catch it. Nice ball by that quarterback.
No, that's a great point. He did.
Yep.
It was on the money,
Yep.
and I was telling him to run the ball, and they had a touchdown.
Very high kick this time.
Flag down.
Flag on the play. Homestead will touch it up near the 44-yard line, but let's see what the
that's a big boot there by Carter Dixon.
Yeah. And let's see what the call is here. We've got the officials down near the 20-yard line talking about it. Looks to be about a 46-yard kick that time by Dixon. And let's see, will they have them re-kick is the question. Mark, did you get a call down there?
Yes, I think it was illegal shift or something, but I'm telling you, the Saints got really close to blocking that one.
Yeah.
Really close. So kick it over, and let's maybe they can get it this time. Back to you.
They will move him back and have him re-kick.
It's amazing he was able to get off a 46-yard punt under that kind of duress as well.
And now he's going to be standing in his own end zone, asked to do it again. All right. Saints reset on defense, trying to find that angle. Here's the snap. Pressure comes. No, and he shanks it.
He did.
Boy, he shanked it hard. And let's see, it's going to be out of bounds into Homestead territory near the 35-yard line.
Yeah, some uncharacteristic things here in the last few plays by the Spartans. A drop from their Division I receiver and a shank by their all-world punter. So, yeah, Saints are dodging some bullets here. May not be out of this yet.
Can they convert is the question as Evan Springer comes back out to take the reins of the offense. Great field position, ball resting at the Homestead 34-yard line. 11:01 remains on the clock. Two wideouts to the right, one wide left. Man in motion. Here's a snap. We've got some movement along the line.
I think that's going to be on the defense.
Saw that yellow helmet come across the line. Free 5 yards coming up for the Saints.
I think that jet motion that the Saints ran may have drawn them off. They haven't run that much tonight.
Looks like they're going to do it again. Henry O'Keefe again off the line, comes across the line of scrimmage to the right side. Here's a snap. Tailback tries to bounce it outside. Tippmann gets some good positive yards that time. It's going to be shy of the 25. It should mark him near the 26-yard line.
He picked up 3 or 4 yards on a play where he really didn't have much.
Yeah.
I mean, the ability to stiff arm and run over defenders. KJ Tippmann's running hard.
Brings up 2nd and 2 now for the Saints. Here's a snap. Give again to the 2. Tippmann tries to find his way this time. Can't. As the Homestead line did some nice work on penetrating that time. Not much of a gain on that play.
Yeah, nothing there in the middle of that line on that one. Bring up 3rd and short.
St. Therese Fall Festival tomorrow, Corey.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting here. Eric Peake got the night off as he's the chairman of that event. So key down here. 3rd and a long, long one for the Saints.
I think officially he's the mayor at St. Therese.
I think you're right, yeah. He should be if he's not.
Yeah, that's right.
On 3rd and long. Fake, play, yep, pass complete. Okay, breaks 2 tackles. Dances down the sideline, steps out of bounds on the 11-yard line.
A little Top Gun move there. Slam on the brakes, they'll fly right by.
That's right. What do you have, Coach?
Well, I just thought that was a great call because they could have got the first down on 4, so throw it on 3rd and short. Great call by the Saints.
Inside the red zone are the Saints. Ball at the 11-yard line. Here's a pitch, left side, looking for some. Ball's out.
Ooh.
And Tippmann covered it and ran out of bounds near the 15-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
First time they've run the quick toss tonight, and that might be why.
Yeah. All right, so once again, the Saints are playing behind the stick. 2nd and 13 now. Here's a snap. Pressure comes. They pick it up. Fires to the corner of the end zone. Fade, goes up for it. Caught. Touchdown, Saints.
Yeah, it looked like they used Rocco Sioka's height on that particular play. A lot of hand fighting going on down there in the corner of the end zone. But Rocco went up and got it, as they say, high-pointed it. And that's a nice play. Evan, let's give some credit there. We've been pretty hard on him throughout the course of the night.
Yep.
He threw that one where only his guy could go get it.
Great height advantage,
Nice
good
throw.
call. And the Saints put 6 on the board with 9:27 remaining here in the contest. Belanda on the field to see if he can chip this one through. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good too. 28-14 is now your score with 9:27 remaining in the contest. We'll step out for a 30-second break. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
St. Anne Communities is a senior living community including a rehabilitation center, memory and dementia care, assisted and residential living, as well as a nursing facility that served the community for over 54 years. While offering a Christ-centered environment that is the only place in Fort Wayne that offers daily mass and sacraments. For more information on employment, senior living, or to make a gift to support the first floor renovation campaign, please visit us at our website or give us a call.
We've got Mark Watts, and on stats we've got Kevin Thompson. Let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Coach Mark Watts.
Thank you, Sean. You know, that was set up by the defense. They put a lot of pressure on that punter, and then the second time he shanked it, gave the Saints a really good field position situation, and they took it down and scored. So this field position is, like Corey said at the beginning of the game, is really key. Back to you.
Great stuff, Mark. You're absolutely right. Here's a short kick taken on the run. North of the 20, he's out. He's got one man to beat. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30. It's a foot race to the end zone. Homestead answers with a touchdown.
Nate Anderson runs it back. Strange to see the Saints give up a special teams miscue after all of that hard work to get within 2 scores on that. By the defense and the offense on that drive, and then to give it back up in one play is, that's demoralizing to say the least.
That'll take the wind out of your sails real fast. A 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for the Homestead Spartans, and they are once again in the driver's seat. I don't know if they ever left, but here comes the PAT. Kick is up, flags are out, too many men on the field for the Saints.
I think they had 13.
Yeah.
Normally 12 is too many, but 13, I guess if you're going to be over the limit, you might as well be really over the limit.
You know, there's some logic in that, I think.
I don't know if they thought running out the back of the end zone might be sneaky. I
think they were just trying to get off the field to play as fast as they possibly could. All right, so it looks like they are going to let the score stand. Is that right? Coaches are still talking to the white hat on the far side of the field. No real indication yet as of what they're going to do, but both teams have left the field to play. Yeah, it looks like Homestead, and the scoreboard hasn't changed. It's still 34-14.
Can they?
This is where the rule book, this is where we need Eric Pete.
Yeah, can they opt to take this on the kickoff is
That's
the question.
That's the question, yeah. Whitehead is talking to Chad Zolman. I assume that's Coach Zolman. Well, again, BDHS Media will be back next week as the Saints will retool and face another tough component, 6A Carroll, here at Shields Field.
Yeah, you want to talk about a dynamic passing game. Carroll possesses that with Division I quarterback Jeff Becker, who's committed to South Dakota State. It looks like they're going to bring the offense back on the field. Or the kicking group back on the field. I can't decide what they're up to here. They're going to kick it again.
Going to kick it again from a little bit closer?
I'm confused. It must have been is that a dead ball penalty? Where they have to replay the down regardless?
Good question. You know, Bobby Cox was in the booth last time. He would probably know.
He would have helped us with this, yeah.
Snap, hold, kick, off the post, And no good.
Oh, my
So your
goodness.
score remains 34-14 with 9:16 left. We'll step out for a quick 30-second break. This is SAC Football on Bishop Dwenger High School Media Productions.
Tippmann Group is a family-owned business that's proud to call Fort Wayne home. We build cold storage facilities all around the United States, run one of the largest cold storage companies in the nation, and lease office space in Fort Wayne, like inside the Lincoln Tower.
Hi, I'm John Tippmann, president of Tippmann Group, and our family has been part of the Bishop Dwenger family for many years. We are a proud supporter of Dwenger Athletics. Go Saints.
Taste it now.
We are back at Shields Field, where Homestead is preparing to kick this one away, left to right on your radio dial. 34-14 your score, 9:16 remaining in this contest. Homestead with some very, very big plays tonight, Corey.
They have, and this guy has been a big weapon in this kickoff team. The Saints have yet to return a kickoff.
Yep. Here is another long shot deep into the end zone and another touchback coming up.
That is the defense's best friend right there, forcing the opposing team to start from the 20 after every single kickoff.
And Evan Springer will come back out as the quarterback. They break huddle and come to the line with a single setback. Trips package to the right side, one wide left. That is Henry O'Keefe. Here's a snap. Give to Tippmann, tries to bounce it outside. He's wrangled in the backfield, taken down. That'll be a nice tackle for loss. I think number 64 was there.
That's exactly right. Matt Miller, defensive lineman, 6'2", 250. Just got a paw on KJ and wouldn't let him go. Yanked him to the turf for about a 4-yard loss.
Tough to do. KJ will take a break. Springer's in the shotgun with a single setback. Looking to throw, throws, fires into the flats. He's got his man, it's caught. Sioka tries to get a few yards after the catch, but is going to be dropped at about the 28, maybe the 29.
Nice throw, nice catch. Obviously, the Spartans are backed off a bit, sort of a prevent look defensively, but the Saints, nice completion there. Hopefully that's something they can build on, getting them back to 3rd and short.
1 yard to go to get a first down here. Trips to the left. Here's a snap, pressure coming off the edge, and he is swarmed over and sacked. Another sack for the Homestead defense.
That's Eben Person. Can't tell if he got away with that.
No,
he did not.
There's a flag. Yep. You can't pull the quarterback down by his face mask. At least that's what I saw.
I believe that's accurate.
Wow, that is, let's see.
Going to give him the 15-yard variety.
That they are. All right, so the first down comes up off of the penalty here. They place the ball at the 39-yard line and refresh the marker. Trips right, one left. Here's a snap, and again he looks to throw. Fires over the middle, and he's got a man on the crossing route, and it's caught.
Stellan Rustin, I believe.
And he takes a shot, but he's up and he's looking good.
That's an area of the field the Saints have not attacked tonight thus far, so nice job right over the middle to tight end Stellan Rustin.
Another first down, this time into Homestead territory at the 44. Here's a snap. They stay with the passing game. Over the middle, they try the screen, and it is tipped and incomplete.
Yeah, good job out there, I think, by Mr. Miller. Again, their defensive lineman for the Homestead Spartans able to get a paw up in the air and get that knocked to the ground. Matt Miller.
So they burn that down, brings up 2nd and 10 from the 43. Here is the snap. Looks to throw. He's got pressure, steps out. Looks to throw, fires. He's got his man, and it is caught inside the 30 at about the 28.
Really nice catch out there by Rustin again. Stellan Rustin making his appearance felt here on this particular drive. Nice job. And Springer, good job of eluding that rush, getting outside the pocket and finding a receiver open.
Twins right and left, give through the middle. They go back to the ground attack. KJ at the 25. Call that a gain of about 3, bringing up 2nd and 7. Twins right and left, same formation for the Saints. Snap, looks to throw, fires again over the middle. Got his man, it is caught.
That's Sioka on that one. Looked like a little skinny post route or a seam route down the hash. He got hit pretty good in the midsection there, but held on.
That he did. He's catching his breath right now. Inside the 5, the Saints are knocking on the door. Snap, give to KJ through the middle. Power.
Almost.
Not enough as he's inside the 1, scraping the white paint.
Need some urgency here, ticking down to 6 minutes, down 3 scores.
Under center this time. And we got a flag.
And that's what happens when you try to go too fast. Are they calling it on the Spartans? Aha! Calling it on the Spartans.
Okay.
How about that?
6 minutes, 9 seconds remaining. Saints another inch closer. Teddy Steele checking in for the Saints. I formation, quarterback's going to be under center this time. Will it be a Teddy Tutty? Let's find out. Here's a snap. No, give to the first man through. Touchdown.
Yeah, caught him by surprise there a little bit, I think, handing that off to the fullback, KJ Tittman.
Coach Watts, what do you have?
You know, that was really the nicest drive we've seen of the night for the Saints. They threw it, they ran it, and this is something to build on. Nice adjustment at halftime with getting out of the 2 tight ends and 3-by-1 or 2-by-2. Really, their offense looked a lot better in the second half.
Yep.
No, that's a great point. I agree with that, and you're right. Something to build on. Whether they come back to win this or not, that was a drive that had a lot of positives in it.
The PAT is up and good. 34-21 is your score with 5:51 remaining in the contest. We'll step out for a 30-second break. You're watching SAC Football on Bishop Dwenger High School Media Productions.
Can First Source help me get more space?
We can help with that.
Does First Source have banking that can keep up with me?
This is open around the clock.
Business is booming. Can you help me expand?
No problem.
Can First Source help me turn this into my own business?
We're here for you. No matter what kind of banking you need, First Source Bank can help.
Welcome back to Shields Field, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth quarter action, 5:51 remaining. Homestead 34, Bishop Dwenger 21. Saints coming off of a nice sustained drive there to score 7. And Belanda gets ready to kick this one away from the 40. Remaining schedule so far for the Saints coming up throughout the SAC. Again, we'll be back here for their matchup against Carroll. Then they are at Zollner to take on Concordia. The Battle of the Bishops will take place on October 1st as Lures will visit Shields Field. Then to close out the season, they will be at Spooler Stadium twice. First time to face Snyder, and they will wrap up the regular season to take on the Northrop Bruins. Both of those games at Spooler.
Onside kick, it appears, coming.
Here it is. Belanda puts it up, and Homestead covers immediately. And it is good for Homestead. They will take over near the midfield stripe.
Not really what they wanted with that onside kick. You'd like to see it bounce on the ground, hit a couple times and kick up in the air, and they didn't get that out of that kick. It was a one kick, a one bounce pop up right into the Homestead Spartans' hands.
Right in his bread basket. So Homestead takes over with a short field, 52 yards to go for a score. Here's a snap. Fox, nothing there. Gets bowled over and creamed in the backfield by a host of Saints. Loss of 1 on the play.
Great pursuit there defensively by the Saints. No give up in this group.
So they move it back to the 47 and adjust the down marker accordingly.
Homestead intelligently using all 40 seconds of that play clock. Working this game down under the 5-minute mark.
Anderson wide out to the right. Sparrow in the slot. Here's a give to the tailback. Tries to bounce it outside. Again, nothing. First man there, I think, was 56 for the Saints. 55, excuse me.
Saints take a timeout. They did for their first of the second half to stop that clock.
So no gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 11 now. And again, a timeout on the field. Looking at the remainder of the schedule for Homestead, again, they are home against Snyder. I feel kind of bad for Snyder. They didn't have anybody to play this week.
Yeah, that was
that's tough.
A late, I think, midweek situation with Southside having too many players in quarantine to be able to participate in the contest. So I was hoping Snyder would go outside the conference and find somebody good available, and just unable to do that.
Right. Homestead has 2 home games left on their schedule, Wayne and Southside, and they are away at Northside and away at Carroll. So that's going to wrap up their regular season. Here, Mark Watts down there. Mark, what do you have for us?
Guys, I'm telling you, we've got to be proud of these Saints. They've really come back in the late in the 3rd and the 4th quarter. They're calling a timeout. They're still trying to win this ball game. There's no quitting these guys, and you've got to be proud of them. I'm telling you.
Good call.
Nice to see.
It's a great observation, Mark. On 3rd and 11, quarterback in the shotgun. 2 setbacks. He rolls to his left, looks downfield, fires. He's got a man at the stick. He's caught. Makes another man miss, and it takes 3 Saints to pull him down, and we've got a flag on the play.
Wow, what a great play. Pitch and catch. That quarterback rolling out to his left, the right-handed quarterback, squares up, hits Nate Anderson on that deep out route beyond the sticks to get the first down, and they just did everything right on that particular play.
And this penalty will go against the Saint defense. It is a face mask, 5-yard variety. And that'll move them closer to the red zone. Ball now resting at the 26.
And that's a bit of a gut punch right there for the Saints.
Yeah. From 3rd and 11 to 1st and 10, just outside the red zone. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Fox looking for something, and again, not much there. Takes it maybe a yard, and a timeout on the field called by Bishop Dwenger with 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. We'll step out too. We'll take a 30-second break. Stick around, folks. You're watching SAC Football on BDHS Media Productions.
You see them everywhere. That preferred auto bumper sticker. All makes and models. You ever wonder why? It's simple. We've worked hard over the last 30-plus years to earn your trust.
And with all the unknowns right now in the auto industry, we're still confident in one thing. With over $6 million in inventory, I'm sure we have the perfect vehicle for you.
So stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see what sets us apart from the rest.
Preferred Auto.
We are back at Shields Field. Timeout remains here in the fourth quarter as the Saints trying to preserve some clock.
I'll tell you that Brett Fox has done a decent job in the run game for Homestead, but after watching a few of their games leading up to tonight's game in preparation, they really miss their go-to running back, Desmond Smith. He is the electricity that kind of makes their run game go, and they just haven't had that quick-hitting pop out of the run game that they normally have. Been very good on offense, obviously, but they definitely miss Desmond Smith.
Yeah, Smith coming into the contest had 24 carries for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season. So he's definitely a playmaker. But Fox doing yeoman's work. I mean, you know, he's being tasked with running into the teeth of the Dwenger defense, and I think he's done a fine job tonight.
He has done a nice job. He's more of a straight-ahead back.
Yep.
He's not going to dance around much, and he's done a nice job. Gotten the job done, so to speak.
That's right. 3rd and 4 coming up here for Homestead, and they are taking their time, grinding this clock down. It'll be under 4 minutes to go before the play snaps. And they finally align and get ready to snap this ball. Man in motion. Fake it. Quarterback keeper through the middle, and he is probably going to be just shy. He's going to be right at the stick, isn't he?
Yeah, I like to play a little jet sweep, throw him off the scent, so to speak, and then run quarterback power back behind it. Just a little short.
Yep. All right, so another timeout. Excuse me. Another timeout on the field called by the Saints, and that is their final timeout of the game. 3:46 remaining here in the contest.
Yeah, they're really kind of loading up here and making this the play of the game. Just blown their last timeout and stopped the clock. And 4th and 1, if they don't get a stop here, I think you can kind of put the fork in them.
That's right. So having said that, Corey, let's look forward to next week when, again, the Saints host the Carroll Chargers. We saw Jack Tippman with some ice on his shoulder. Don't like to see that at all.
No, not at all.
We saw Rocco Sioka have a shot to the gut today, and it took him a little bit to get up off after that. This has been a very, very physical game for both squads. But you look at, again, field goal attempt coming up for Homestead. Kick is up, and it looks good from here, and it is. So 3 more points on the board for Homestead.
Carter Dixon.
Dixon takes the score up to 37-21.
Yeah, that's big. That's 3 scores now again.
Yep, absolutely. And not a whole lot of time left on the clock for the Saints, especially with no ways to stop it other than burning downs.
Yeah, I think Coach Zolman learned a lesson from last week. He would have liked to have taken a field goal instead of that interception in the red zone with 2 minutes left against Bishop Lures. Would have put them up 7, but in this instance, they go up 3 scores.
That's right. Coach Mark Watts, what do you have for us, sir?
And to piggyback on that, Corey, he's looked better tonight. He's made really good decisions. He hasn't thrown it back against the grain, which you and I know will kill you. And I think that, what he did last week, he really, really improved this week, and it's really affected how strong he was of a quarterback tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'd say Peyton Slavin, for me, is the player of the game. I mean, he has controlled this game with that Homestead offense, and been, as you mentioned, Mark, just great decision-making this evening.
Ball is at the 40 as Carter Dixon prepares to kick this one away once again. We're anticipating it going into the end zone, but let's see. And there it goes into the end zone. So a touchback again for the Saints. And they will start at their own 20-yard line. 3:43 still on the clock here. Corey, we were looking forward a little bit to next week against the Carroll Chargers. And their vaunted, passing attack and everything that they do well. And, honestly, that's one of those teams, even when they have down years, they play Dwenger to the team.
Yeah, there's a bit of a rivalry here on the north side of town, I think.
For sure. Here's a pass by the Saints. Taken out of bounds as O'Keefe trots out of bounds to stop the clock after a gain of about 6, maybe 7.
Carroll's a little different offensive beast. They make no bones about the fact they really don't like to run the football.
Yeah.
They like to throw it. If they get any running game, it's usually out of their quarterback. And, Andy Papagiannis, their offensive coordinator, really would rather throw it.
Yeah. Second down for the Saints. Again, they go to the air. Checks off, flushed out of the pocket, throws across. He's got his man. It's caught for a first down out near the 35.
Great catch by Stellan Rustin. That ball was just a little behind him and was able to get his hands on it and complete the reception. Nice job by 85.
Clock continues to run. Here's the snap on 1st and 10. Again, firing to the sideline, stepping out of bounds after the completion. Is Rustin, or is that Sioka?
Sioka on that one.
Yep.
Nice job. Just a quick out route, taking what the defense is giving them, those short out routes.
That's a gain of 5, bringing up 2nd and 5. Sioka resets to this side. There'll be a trips package on the left side now. Here's the snap. He looks left, fires. It is caught and still keeping him up, trying to wrangle out of it.
Carter Minix, I think, maybe the first catch for Minix tonight.
So, yeah. Number 2-4.
Slot receiver. Sophomore, very high on him are the Saints.
Just shy of a first down, so it's going to bring up 3rd and inches. Here's a snap. Again, looking to the sidelines. He's flushed from the pocket. Looking to throw. He's going to decide to run and run it out of bounds in Homestead territory. He's going to scamper out at about the 48-yard line.
I think he wanted to throw it, realized he was past the line of scrimmage, and then took off again and ran it. So Evans not one that's going to be back there to looking to run very often. He scrambles in order to gain more time to throw in most cases, but effective on that play.
2:44 remains in the contest as the Saints line up with a 1st and 10 in Homestead territory. Here's a snap. Rolls to the left immediately. Looking. Has problems. Flushed. Still on his feet. Looking. Throws downfield. Nearly intercepted, but incomplete.
Yeah, pretty fortunate that one wasn't picked off when he was that late in throwing it. But nice job in the backfield of avoiding the rush. And the Spartans have a player down, it appears.
In the backfield.
Yeah, let's hope it's just a cramp of some sort.
Right.
Late in the game. That's Big Matt Miller, 64, defensive lineman for them. Senior, 6'2", 250, and let's hope they're picking him up right away here. So hopefully he's going to be all right. He's played his tail off. Let's hope it's a cramp.
Yep. Let's check in with Coach Mark Watts.
Corey, we hope it is. I think he got rolled in on, his knee. I think he'll be okay, but it's more than a cramp, I'm afraid. I'm not a doctor, but it looks like it down the field.
But you did stay in a Holiday Inn Express last night.
All right. So Miller makes his way off the field, and we resume play with 2:34 remaining in the contest. Saints facing a 2nd and 10. Here's a snap, and we've got a flag. That's going to be a motion penalty against the Saints. Well, a disappointing outing tonight for the Saints, to be sure. Again, they came in ranked 2nd in 5A, and they will surely tumble based upon this outing. Some bright spots, but still some questions remain, Corey.
Yeah, no question about it. I think there were a lot of times offensively tonight where they just got a little bit too cute. with various packages and things. And I think, Evan Springer has done a pretty nice job tonight. I think, I would try to, almost completed that one. I would try to find what he's good at, build on that, and emphasize that,
Sure.
and try to run your offense in that manner. I think sometimes they complicate things with a lot of packages.
I burned 10 seconds off the clock there, off of the incomplete pass, and that brings up a 3rd and 15. Drifts package to the left, one wide right. Sioka alone on the right side of the field here. Springer is in trouble. He gets corralled and dropped. Inside, let's see, they're going to mark it at the 40-yard line. So that's going to be
Sandlin the third, 45 on the sack, on the rush. And the Spartans only rushed 3. They rushed their 3 down against the 5 offensive linemen of the Saints, and were still able to get to the quarterback.
The Saints can't stop the clock. 4th and forever now for the Saints, and the offense remains on the field. Tippmann offset to the left. Here's a snap. Looks to throw, and nearly picked, but an incomplete pass, and they'll turn the ball over on downs with 1:45 left on the clock, and the Homestead Spartans begin the celebration.
Max Schultz nearly picked 6 that one to the house. Stepped in front of that just a little over his head, but he was able to get a hand on it, and as you mentioned, incomplete, and probably all over but the shouting at this point.
Yep. Well, again, folks, if you haven't so far subscribed and liked BDHS Media, please do so. Love to have you as a subscriber as we continue to grow this program beyond and outside of just football. This, of course, is a great way to start, but again, we look forward to bringing you more and more, not only athletic competitions, but also other co-curricular events. So feel free to subscribe and hit that bell so you know exactly every time that we begin a broadcast. And tell your friends and your family. So the victory formation for Homestead, it's nothing but academics at this point. As far as that goes, we're creeping up on 1 minute to go here in the contest. Do this a couple more times, and we'll call this one in the books. And I will say, Corey, to their credit, the Saints never gave up all night long.
Nope.
And to Homestead's credit, they always had an answer.
Yeah, no question
about it. They always
had
an answer. Yeah.
I think, Coach Watts brought up that the last 3 minutes of the first half was just critical to the outcome of this game, and I think he's hit the nail on the head there.
All right, and let's see. Well, they get in under the 40, and that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so the final from Shields Field, it is Homestead 37, Bishop Dwenger 21. We're going to go ahead and step out for a little break. When we come back, we will have our post-game report, including final statistics by Kevin Thompson. So we're going to go ahead and take a 1 minute break and let the smoke fly off of his pencil. And when we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Shields Field. Stick around, folks. This is SAC Football on Bishop Dwenger High School Media Productions.
There's 3 kinds of people in this world. Those that get the numbers and those that don't. If you need professional help when it comes to the numbers, whether it's payroll, accounting, or professional or personal taxes, experts at Management and Tax Services. Proud to be Dwenger supporters for over 60 years.
This is not for consumption, so I just...
Evans Toyota is locally owned and proudly supports Bishop Dwenger. Let's go Saints!
Live here at Shields Field, where the Homestead Spartans have knocked off the Bishop Dwenger Saints and hold a 2-0 lead over the Saints here at Shields Field. Corey.
Yeah, they've got a stranglehold on, the Saints go to 12-2 here at Shields Field, and both losses at the hands of these Homestead Spartans.
Right. Well, again, join us next week again from Shields Field as the Saints, they don't let up. Their schedule does not let up as the Carroll Chargers, the Neon Nation, invade Shields Field for another SAC contest here, which will be another battle to the, I don't want to say to the death, because no one should hopefully die. That's wrong. It'll be a tough one. How's that?
Yeah, it'll be quite a ball game.
Yes,
Let's just leave it at that.
All right. Well, I think we're getting close to having Kevin ready on stats, but we don't want to rush him by any means. But, Corey, I guess when it comes down to it, I'll just ask you a question. Were the Saints overmatched tonight?
I think a little bit, quite frankly. I was concerned about that big offensive line. I was concerned about the balance that Homestead has on offense, and I was concerned if the Saints could not effectively and consistently run the football, what would potentially happen to their offense, and I think we kind of saw that tonight. It just the inability to have balance on offense and have any kind of downfield passing game really hamstrung them in that first half, and Mark mentioned it, and I'm going to reiterate, the end of that first half was really critical when Homestead scored inside of a minute left and then got the ball first to start the second half. That was kind of, to a certain extent, the nail in the coffin, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely right. All right, well, let's turn things over to Kevin and see what he has as we are getting ready to wrap up our coverage here from Shields Field. Kevin, do you have some final numbers for us?
Yep. Homestead slowed it down a little bit in the air on the second half. They ended up 16 of 22 for 232 yards passing, and then ended up with 77 yards rushing. And then Dwenger picked it up in the air in the second half and was 14 of 23 for 144 yards passing, and then 35 carries for 179 yards rushing. But one big thing that stuck out to me is, we talked field position, and Dwenger had 0 kick return yards to Homestead's 114 return yards, which they had
huge.
the one from Anderson for 90.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But, yes.
We talked about field position before the game started, and Homestead clearly won that battle.
Yep, absolutely.
Of field position, there's no doubt about it, and, simple as that.
Wow. All right, well, that's going to do it for our coverage, ladies and gentlemen. We can't thank you enough for being with us tonight. And please join us next week as, again, the Bishop Dwenger Saints host the Carroll Chargers here at Shields Field. Kickoff at 7 o'clock, and our live stream starts at 6:50. Special thanks to our sideline reporter, Mr. Mark Watts, coming out of retirement to be with us tonight. It was not a hard thing to get him to do, I will say that. But again, special thanks for him being with us, and special thanks to our producer and director, Greg Jones, keeping us on the air all night. The kids on camera tonight, they're always improving every week, so God bless them. For our broadcast staff, Kevin Thompson, my wingman is Corey Kitchen, and I'm Sean McBride, wishing you all a good night. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the sidelines. This is Bishop Dwenger High School Media Productions.